Oh, I think we're actually live. Hello, everybody. First wanted to say sorry for being late. I'm actually early because I meant to start this at 11:30 in the morning. Not 11. I don't know why I set it for 11 a.m., but I'm gonna rock the time that I said I would go, which is 11, just to keep you guys from not having to wait so long. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got some exciting shit to talk about today. Number one, hold on. All right. Number one, we have Lindsay Daneski's in court today. We're going to watch that live with Colin. He's going to be on here shortly. Number two, we have an update. She was in court a couple of days ago, and we almost caught it. We were close. We were close. Let me stop something real quick. We were close to catching it. We were actually in the courtroom, and then we got booted. Yes, I'm dark. I'll be lit up in a minute. I got to get my lights ready. Like I said, I thought I had another 15 minutes, but I didn't. So we're going to do that. Well, I'll get the lights set up. I won't be dark for long, just for a moment. And then turn the mic up, please. Okay, is it low? Shouldn't be low. Let me check my levels. Like I said, guys, I apologize. This is all stuff I normally do right before the show. Let me see. Mic check. Oh, yeah, it's low. Hold on. I know what to do. It did this the other day. Thank you for that. Thank you for telling me the mic was low. I'll get it fixed right now. There it is right there. Boom. Now it's going to be too high. All right, let me see. Let me get it down. All right, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Let me see. Let me see. There we go right there. All right, good deal. Good. Oop, a little loud, a little loud. Let's turn you down just a bit. Let's go to like right here. Mic check, mic check. Oh, there we go. Now we need a little bit more volume. There we go. Yes, now we sound good. Thank you, everybody that said volume, volume, volume. I appreciate it because I can't obviously hear this on my own. A little update. I think Chuck is in the chat right now. Chuck, say if you're in the chat, say what's up. Just a little update on Chuck. First off, let me say thank you very, 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 very much for the donations that you guys gave to Chuck. We really appreciate it. His GoFundMe goal was set at 5,000, and you guys, I think, did somewhere close to 7,800. Thank you very much. Now, from what Chuck has told me, this is actually going to help him out quite a bit, actually. Oh, and another thing, it's not just the 7,800 that we did on the GoFundMe, but we also did another 850 in the super chats, and all that's been sent to Chuck already. So if Chuck's out there, you can confirm everything for me there, buddy. Number one. Number two, he told me the other day when we were talking about all this that because he hit such a high goal, it actually allows him to move forward on something else that he wanted to do, which was actually legally terminating the rights of Lindsay Duneske from the kids, which I'm 100% behind. Just terminate the rights fully. So not just did you guys help him get out of legal debt, which he, the legal debt was definitely used. We showed it on the, it was justified. We showed it, on my channel. Andrew Fanta was representing him every single time. Lawyers aren't free, especially lawyers that are going up against litigious individuals who are going to file and file and file and file. Death penalty for Andrew Fanta. But yes, he took a picture and he showed me the check that he wrote to Andrew Fanta. Everything's been taken care of, but that's all on the backs of you guys, and I really do appreciate that. Let me get everything finished, set, and up real quick, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so yes, we have Lindsay Daneski in court today. We had her in court a couple of days ago. We didn't get to see what happened in court a couple of days ago. Chuck may be out there, be able to tell you what happened or not. I'm not sure. But we captured a small clip, so you do get to see what she looks like right now. So yeah, Team Chuck, let's go. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this 3-minute video. All right, I'm gonna play this 3-minute video. Let me get it set up real quick. And in this while I play this 3-minute video, I'm gonna go ahead and get my lights set up. All right. It was slightly choppy. As the person who was getting it set up for me is still learning how to use OBS, and but the stream was choppy, but it was also a bit dark, like I am right now. But we're working through the kinks on that. We'll get that fixed by the next one. But here you go. This is Lindsay Daneski. This is her appearance 2 days ago, I believe it was. Here we go. Now get those lights on. Okay, well,
renegotiate some of the conditions, and I have not been able to hear back from the supervisor. So we're asking for dates to be set and be able to address bond today.
All right, let's process a blind draw on the Duneske case, please.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the Honorable Judge Nicholas Hathaway. Case is running short on time on the AOI docket, is now moving to a trial docket. And that'll be in front of Judge Nicholas Hathaway on what day, Madam Clerk?
April 28th.
4/28/25, and Judge Nicholas Hathaway is a 9 a.m. judge. Will not be addressing bond because it has just lost jurisdiction over the case. However, there appears to be a DSU order that was not complied with. The court will double check, try to get that order complied with by 4/28/25.
Can you repeat that, Your Honor, that regarding this order?
It's a DSU order.
Yeah,
Doesn't appear it's been complied with. So the court will double check for compliance with that order by 4/28/25.
yeah, because no one came to meet with her, correct, from probation regarding bond. But I guess Ms. Daneski would like to address the court.
Yeah, I have a habeas corpus I'd like to deposit.
all right. So that was the point where we got booted out. We were booted out of the meeting. We almost got it. But we were booted out. So unfortunately, that's all we got so far. But hey, April 28th, this judge, it's hard to get into his courtroom, but it's been assigned to a new judge. So maybe the new judge will let us in. So hopefully. But anyway, oh, look who's here. It is Colin. My man, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
Oh shit. Okay, there. I was about to say, oh shit, he went away. Nah, what's going on?
I was just fixing my green screen. It was like you, I didn't get a chance to set up before we went live, so.
Oh, I felt so bad. I was like, why is there are people asking, hey, what time are we starting? And I was like, check the fucking time, like, what do you mean,
Right?
what time are we starting? It says right there. And then I look down and I'm like, oh, that's why they're asking. They've got they're waiting. They need their Lindsay Daneski fix, their Karen, sovereign citizen Karen fix. Oh,
They do.
Their Team Chuck fix. That's what I like to say, Team Chuck.
There we go. I thought you were building anticipation. I thought you were going to be one of those creators that sets a time and it just goes whenever you want to.
Nah, I try to be on time every time, but this time I was 13 minutes late, and I didn't have any lights on. So.
And your mic was really low. I was listening while I was getting ready.
Yeah, I know. First time live, says Angie Sweeney. Let's fucking go. Let me read out a couple of super chats, and then I have a video that we're gonna do. We'll do this one live. These are the Dane County sovereign citizens that you've been covering lately. So you've already seen these videos, but not everybody in the chat has. And while we wait on Judge Braley, we will Magistrate, yeah. While we wait on Lindsay Daneski to come into to court, we can do something else while we do that. But yeah, I just wanted to first update you guys on the Chuck situation. Yeah, on the Chuck situation. Oh, and another thing. So I was telling the story. He was talking about this might be this new avenue that he can take now that we were able to raise so much money that he can now take this other avenue of getting, the family rights or the parenting rights legally terminated. And the beautiful thing about it right now is we know where the fuck she's at. It's not going to be hard to serve her. So
Serve her easily.
I just really, really, guys, I want to tell you straight up, man, like, thank you so much. I don't really do fundraisers like that too often. It has to be something that I'm very, very close to and familiar with. I get asked all the time. People come to me with good causes all the time, but I just don't feel like it's really your responsibility for every good cause to take care of every good cause, because there's a lot of them out there. But the ones that I'm particularly close to, like the ones with Chuck, obviously, I have no problems trying to help them out. And thank you very much, audience. Really, thank you very much. All right.
That was a great night.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun.
I don't remember it.
I swear. Okay, so story time a little bit. The other night when we did the fundraiser, we were all sitting there. We were having a few drinks, and I wasn't looking at my screen. Screen's over here, camera's right there, so I really wasn't looking in that direction right there. And all I heard was, and then the cup and Colin did not move. They just kind of stood there like, and I thought to myself, did he just puke in his cup? Like, I swapped over to the camera on me because I thought he had puked, but he didn't. He had just coughed. But
yeah, I coughed. I coughed and I kind of sneezed at the same time, and whiskey just went all over.
Well, that
so
was
I do
funny.
appreciate you taking the camera off. So I didn't create a meme for myself. I do appreciate that.
Oh, you're a meme. That's for sure.
I'm
okay.
a walking meme, but that's fine.
All right. So while we wait for Lindsay Duneske, let me read off these super chats that have come in, and then we'll get to that filler video. And then let me there it is. All right. So we had Sheriff the Sevi Slayer for £9.99. £9.99. I still think she is a keeper, and I know Skeptic is keeping her info from me as he wants her for himself. I'll make a deal with you there, Sheriff. If you can rehabilitate her, I'll take her back. All right? Calm down, Chuck. Das Empress, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Das Empress. I really appreciate that. Otto, new member. What's going on, Otto? Appreciate that, buddy. Mims J, maybe. New member. I hope I said that right. Sweets Forever for $2. Love your live events. Hashtag Team Skeptic, baby. I love my live events too. I really do. I enjoy being live, guys. Cynthia Tolman Broyles for $3. Super sticker. Appreciate you. Valk, member, 2 months. Keep being yourself, team. Always. Like gang. TTU, baby. TTU. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I actually will always be myself, and that's the way it is. All right.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't stop. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't stop.
Kelly Cross for $5. I haven't had enough coffee for Lindsay yet today. Go drink some, Kelly, right now. All right, and then somebody said, Team Skeptic, what is that? I saw this, I was reading it. It was funny. It says, what did it say? Isn't a sober Sally? Hold on. I want to read it. It was funny. I can't find it anymore. It's somebody out there trying to troll, but it's like, isn't a sober Sally? Yeah. Oh, there it is right there. I see it. Ryan Love, isn't a sober Sally. He enjoys life. My guess, alcohol and smoke. Yeah, those are the only two things I do. I drink a little bit, not very much. In fact, I only drank with Colin the other day. That was like my first time in a long time. And then I smoke a little bit of weed. Not gonna go into my daily habit, but I do smoke a little bit of weed. I enjoy myself, and it helps relax me. But not here to worry about that. I don't condone or discondone or whatever smoking
You
weed.
do you,
That's
just be
Yeah,
responsible.
you do you, just be responsible. Exactly. And then we have Ultimate Mayhem for $5. Hey, Skeptic, what's your favorite Judge Simpson case? Ooh. I don't know. He's handled Tariq Day pretty well. He's done who was the one guy that kept coming back and kept coming back? Old Squishy Gardner did like a series on him. And he
McGill?
was, no. It was the one guy that was
Oh.
beating his wife. They got in trouble. He went before Judge Cameron. I covered his very first appearance before Judge Cameron. I can't think of his name. The one that was always like,
Jeremy
"You're gonna
Shield?
pay. You're gonna pay." No, he's back in court too, though. Did
He
you know
is. He's in
that?
front of Judge Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, for fucking probation violation. But anyway, I can't think of the guy's name, but that's the guy. He's bald, white, bald dude. He was saying that everything was a setup. He's just being set up out there. But that was my favorite one because Judge Simpson like got on speaking on a personal level to him and was really like, he really manhandled him without being over the top. So, all right, let's see. Regina, Jane, Liliana Patterson, $10. Hey, Team Skeptic, I fucking love your channel and seeing softards getting the book thrown at them with a little heckling from your end for funsies is always entertaining. Keep it up. Appreciate you. And I love my little interjections. Sometimes I interject for a long time and give a description of why they're wrong. And sometimes I just say, yep, they're a fucking idiot. Go find a window, lick it. See you later. Angie Sweeney, new member. Thank you very much, Angie Sweeney. In the news now, enemy, $2. Like that smash button, peoples. Yes. All right. So right now, we're going to, thank you very much, News Now Enemy. Right now, we're going to jump over and we're going to watch a couple of sovereign citizens in court. Colin is the person who found these, and he suggested to me, he's like, bro, I have this one sovereign citizen. It didn't get a lot of views. You need to cover him, man. It's a good one. It's a good one. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll cover him. You know how I am. I get excited about nothing except for live streams. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll cover him. Whatever. So we got this. We have two of them today. Both of them have a first appearance that lasts about 2 minutes because they're like, yeah, I'm not identifying as the defendant. And the judge goes, all right, go back to jail.
Bye.
Just like that. All right, go back to jail. And they both go back to jail. And then when they come back, they do a little bit more identifying, but one of them's really good. So we'll do this live, and then maybe I'll cut out the live and put it up on my channel for other people who don't watch lives. But all right, guys, here we go. Colin, do you have anything to say about these videos before we get started? While they're loaded up.
Which one are you playing first?
The tall guy.
Oh, that's okay. That's the video I just released this morning. So I would appreciate it if you guys would just go hit the like button on my video if you're gonna watch it here, not my channel.
Yeah. Okay, so this is
You
the
can
deal.
play it.
This is the deal. We will play it. We will have a good time with it, and until the magistrate goes live again, we're gonna play it, have a good time with it. But the deal is, you have to go to Colin's channel and subscribe to his channel A, and you have to go watch the video B on his channel. That's the deal. All right, guys, here we go.
I'm sorry, who do we have here? This is Mr. Griffin?
Anthony. I asked for assistant counsel, not counsel.
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr., case
Oh, you
number
missed it.
25 CF
Hold on one second,
939.
hold on
If you
one
get
second.
the appearances, please.
Assistant District Attorney Jack Schneider for the state.
Yeah, what'd you say?
So what you just missed with the audio coming in late, he just told the attorney step aside. He's like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
want you to
yeah.
Step aside.
Yeah, okay. We'll narrate a little bit. So yeah, so obviously it's not always the best court audio. And me and Colin, we have, those super ears, so we can listen and rewind a little bit and listen again, turn it up, enhance. We have the option of doing that when you guys don't. And yeah, that's exactly what he said. He walks in And then he's like, I don't need your help. And then he's like, all right. So he's collecting his paperwork and he goes, step aside. Now I'm going to play it back again so you can hear it. But that's exactly what he says. He tells the lawyer to step aside. All right, here we go. Let me rewind it. Yeah, it was a great start.
I have to assistant counsel back.
I'm sorry, who do we have here? This is Mr. Griffin.
Anthony, I'm not, I asked for assistant counsel back counsel.
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr., case number 25 CF 939. Could you get the appearances, please?
Assistant District Attorney Jack Schneider for the state of Wisconsin.
And you're Mr. Griffin, is that correct?
No, all statements for the record comes now the living man, Anthony of the Griffin family.
All right, so Mr. Griffin
appearing expressly.
Wait, you need to stop talking. Is
I'm
Mr. Griffin
appearing expressly.
hearing today? Are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin
of the
that is
estate
charged?
of
Stop a second here.
You asked me a question, I'm answering it.
Okay, I don't want you to answer it anymore. I want a yes or no answer to a question, okay? And the question is, are you Anthony Griffin with a date of birth of August 20th, 1985?
I am not the dead entity Anthony Griffin. I am the executor of the estate. I do not agree to be.
All right, well, we'll have to set this over and hold you in custody then until we can have a later
I will check
hearing.
as I've been held for 72 hours without seeing the judge. That is unlawful.
But you're not Anthony
So
Griffin.
you are agreeing to violate my common law rights. Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you to, let's do this, okay. I'm gonna find probable cause that this is Mr. Griffin, that is acting in an obstructing way, but, we'll go ahead with it. Do you have a copy of the complaint there in front
I
of you?
object that you're obstructing my justice.
Your objection is noted.
I'm a more, you haven't listened.
If you keep talking over me, we're gonna cancel
You've been
this.
talking over me. I just want to state the facts. Do you not want the facts to be stated on the case? Am I not allowed?
And you're not allowed, no, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Of attorney. I am not.
Okay, let's hold him in custody, or canceling this hearing, you're gonna have to be
That's
held.
okay.
You're not willing to cooperate. Make a
Let the
record.
record show that they're violating my rights. Let the record.
All right. Well, that was
All right, hold on.
interesting.
Let it play.
Okay.
Let it
go
play
ahead.
one more second and then pause it. Just
Don't
one more
ask me,
second. Just so
thank
you can
you.
see. Okay, there you go.
What did you say?
No, I didn't. It was look at his. I was wanting you to see his pants.
Oh yeah. No.
He's wearing
Okay.
high waters.
So a few things. He complains about not seeing a judge in 72 hours, but is he complaining on behalf of the defendant, or is he complaining on behalf of himself? Because he can't be complaining on behalf of himself because he has no reason to see the judge. The defendant has a reason to see the judge. And if nobody stepped forward to say that they're the defendant, then how can the defendant have ever seen the judge? So he's put himself in, wow, this is one of those situations where it's like, first off, you're not right. Second off, I'll allow you to be right so you could be caught in this perpetual loop into the end of the history of time. And the defendant will never see the judge because the defendant will never step forward to see the judge. And he can rot his dumb ass in jail. That's how I see it.
He's in jail for some serious charges.
What's his charges? I didn't even catch him.
There's a stolen firearm charge. I know that's one of them. It's three charges. So what he got picked up on was just a traffic violation. He got pulled over because he had one of those sovereign citizen plates. So he got pulled over for that, and then he had warrants for missing court on felony charges. And yeah, one of them was a stolen firearm. I don't remember what the other one was.
All right. Well, here we go. So, obviously, the judge was like, yep, not doing it. See you tomorrow. That was the video that Colin put out today was his tomorrow appearance. So, here we go.
Record will note that he refused to cooperate so that an initial appearance could be conducted.
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr. That's 25 CF 939 appearances.
ADA Assistant Marco for the state.
Understand where the public defender's office refers to Mr. Griffin has indicated that he wants to take care of his own case.
Right, is that right, Mr. Griffin?
I'm not Mr. Griffin, Anthony of the Griffin. I am the power of attorney for Anthony Griffin. I do have a question for the court. Will I be allowed to speak freely or will my civil rights be again granted over?
Oh, you get a
Just want to quickly point out, he said, I'm not the defendant, Anthony Griffin. I have power of attorney over Anthony Griffin. Okay. Again, let's assume that that's true for a moment, okay? Let's assume that he actually, the defendant, is a different person than him, and he has power of attorney over that defendant. It doesn't fucking mean he can represent him in a court of law. That's not what power of attorney means. All right, here we go.
to make a statement on bail, but we're going to do this in an orderly fashion. But you're indicating that you're not Mr. Griffin, or that's just not how you identify yourself.
It's not about me identifying myself and be Griffin, New Jersey, my all caps entity with the dead entity. I actually have an EIN for this created entity. This is not me. I also do not live this address. I'm also not a black man. I am on board. So a lot of things on here are totally wrong, which not be at all. My weight is not 240 pounds. All this information is false. But as for the record, all savings for the record comes now the living man and the other Griffin family. Sure, there is appropriate son status appearing expressly to continue to arrest accordingly. I'm not to be mistaken with the all caps state, as I am the occupant of the executive office and also the sole beneficiary of the state. I filed my power of attorney with the court, and I'm ready to proceed. Let the record show that I do not agree to be a surety for the dead entity as it was created from the state and was given to me, and is not a representation of me. I am not one who owes a debt to the United States or to the state of Wisconsin. Further, I'm not a flight risk. The only reason I missed court was due to the failure of the court to notify me of said date. Furthermore, upon being detained, I made it very clear to Officer Gilson that I wanted my rights read to me. Officer Gilson first refused after we asked him twice more than he read me my rights. After Officer Gilson read me my rights, I made it very clear to him that I wanted my attorney present with the sheriff. Officer Gilson then replied, "They won't come." I made it very clear to him that if he continued to talk to me without my attorney present and the sheriff present, it would be a violation of my civil rights and my constitutional rights. He ignored these facts and continued with the arrest in violation of my law and the rights and the protocol that he agreed to follow as an officer. I was pulled over while traveling in a private automobile. The plates read, DOT exempt, do not detain private traveler. I made it very clear to him that he does not have jurisdiction for getting.
This is why you don't talk in court and you let someone else talk for you. He just admitted to driving around with false plates. There needs to be no evidence presented at this point because he admitted to it on the record just now. And what else did he say? There was a few other things that were pretty wild and crazy in that little soliloquy that he went on.
He requested to talk to the sheriff. He requested that his attorney be present on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. First off, they don't have to read you your rights. There's nothing in the rule book that says they have to read you your rights. The only time a police officer has to read you your rights, and it doesn't happen all the time. A lot of times they just throw the guy in the back of the car, take him to the jail, put him in jail, and that's the end of it right there. They only have to read you your rights if they're going to ask you any questions. Because anything you say before they read you your rights, you can argue you didn't realize you were in custody and you didn't know that you had the right to remain silent. So that's like they have to do that to preserve any evidence that might be acquired through questioning. But if you start talking, they don't have to say shit to you. If you because they're not asking you any questions. Now, a lot of times they do just read you your rights because they intend to ask you questions and get you and question you on the side of the road. So that's a big misconception because there's a lot of times where officers are forced to just put the guy in the car and take him to jail. And they say, "Oh yeah, he didn't read me my Miranda rights." He's like, "Okay, well, what questions did he ask you?"
Right.
Well, none. Okay, well then there's nothing that shall be excluded from evidence.
All he kept saying was, "Stop kicking me and don't spit on me." That's all he kept saying.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go.
I was never properly identified as a suspect. My fingerprints were taken under direct arrest of origin after I told them I did not want my fingerprints or people taken until I have a court order from the judge. I do not argue with any of the facts in this charging incident. This is not me taking a plea. This is accepted for value and returned for value. All the charges incidents in this case, and use my exemption for discharge and set off and release the order to me immediately.
Okay. Well, I think there's at least a reasonable inference on the record that the person known as Anthony Griffin is the same individual in front of me. When they call Anthony Griffin's case, he came out of the holding cell. I don't know why he would do that if he's not. I gave you an opportunity to speak. I'm speaking now, sir. You can object. There's no basis for it. I'm looking at the court records. Please don't interrupt. I'm looking at the jail records.
The Trust Act of 1666 says that when somebody claims their estate, you are to relinquish all of the things to them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard that.
1666.
Yeah, 1666. Before the United States was ever a country, before 110 years before the Constitution, before independence. He's that's where he gets his rights from.
It's legit.
Yeah,
it's
totally legit.
It has to be.
You can file your written motions,
Not a
Mr. Griffin.
competent court with jurisdiction, and I challenge jurisdiction under Federal Rule of Procedure 5.1.
It's denied.
Federal. I love the judge. He's like, yeah, that's denied. But he's citing again federal rules of civil procedure in a state criminal case.
Yeah.
Great. Good job. Good job. Way to represent yourself.
The booking photo and the filming records match this particular individual. I'll find probable cause.
Man can be awarded over his own case.
And where would you like us to send mail, sir?
You already have mail. I'll tell you on file. It's P.O. Box 433, Forest, Wisconsin.
What?
He's saying his PO box on the video.
Oh,
I was just trying to cover it up so people couldn't hear what he was saying.
Oops. There we go.
Okay.
53532.
Thank you.
And I have a right to be on all recognizance.
What's the state's position on bail?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state is asking the court to impose $1,000 cash bail with the condition that the defendant be prohibited from possessing any dangerous weapons as defined by the respective statutes. It's my understanding that the defendant posted $5,000 cash on his current pending felony case and then failed to appear in court. He is alleged to have refused to identify himself and has committed additional crimes while out on cash bail, which is, as we know, a general violation of bond conditions.
I object.
It's our position that
Let her finish. We can't have this hearing. We are talking over people. We're trying to record it. What's the basis for the objection?
The basis for the objection is the fact that she has no basis of knowing who I am. I don't know who she is.
All right.
She's not even
The objection is overruled. I ruled it, Mr. Griffin. Let her finish.
As far as that failure to appear, Your Honor, it looks like a bench warrant for a body only hold was issued on January 27th of this year in pending case 24 CF 907. That warrant was not served until almost 3 months later on the 17th of April this year.
So, Your Honor, they're sure not that when somebody has a court date that they have to be served a court date so they know that it's there? Or is it okay to actually set a court date without notifying the defendant or the accused and then locking them up for one?
All right, and I gather you're alleging that Judge Highland did not send notice to you?
No, there's no certified anything there. There's no documented proof of service of anything of that date. I went to every previous court date and I don't skip court date. He didn't show up for the last 3 court dates prior to that. And I actually put in a motion for failure to prosecute, yet they still moved forward as if nothing was placed in and no one came to court except for me and the prosecutor, and the judge was, I don't know, hiding in the back or whatever the case may be. I filed an abatement, just to let them know I'm not the person who they're looking for, but yet I keep getting trampled over in court. My rights keep trampled over in court. You have this person standing to the left of me who knows me not at all, and yet I would like her to take the stand and talk about how she knows me personally, because you cannot be a beneficiary.
Well, we're not going to be
She's
doing any of that,
as the
Mr.
state,
Griffin.
and she is not the state. I know her not. So I don't understand what's going on.
To say the least. Yeah, that's why you get a lawyer, because you don't know what the fuck's going on. All
I
right.
don't know this lady. I don't know you. That's my purse.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let this finish, and then we got a lot of new people here, so I'm gonna update everybody on what's going on in just a moment. I'll let this case, this hearing finish before we get on to the next one.
All right, well, it looks like they mailed notice to the address that you had on file at the time.
So
But you're gonna have to take that up with Judge Highland. That case is not before me. Looks like he's issued a body-only warrant. You can't get released on that until you have a hearing with Judge Highland in that case. I think given the history, $1,000 cash bail is necessary. I will set that.
I object. It's clear that
And that's
these
fine.
rights have been violated and you're still moving forward. This is called an obstruction of justice.
Don't,
Let
you
the
that
record
your
show
rights have
that.
been
Let the record
violated.
show everything that I've said.
It's all being recorded, Mr.
I'm
Griffin.
glad.
You would have the right to a preliminary hearing in 10 days. Do you want that scheduled?
Well, I don't want to sit in jail any longer.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to get a hearing in front of Judge Highland on the other case. Right now, you're not allowed to post any cash bail to get released in that particular case. I don't have any authority to do anything with that.
So if you don't have authority, then
You're gonna have to address
I object.
that
If you don't
case
have
with him.
authority to actually set me a bail, you do not have authority over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me if something happens to me?
All right, and I'll also order that you not use or possess dangerous weapons as it's defined by the state
Are you
statute.
responsible for?
And because I haven't heard a response, I don't believe we have a waiver of time limit to set a time.
Are you
preliminary
responsible
hearing.
for me if something happens?
And we are adjourned. Mr.
Okay,
Griffin.
since you're not responsible for me if something happens to me, let the record show that you are not.
Bye. Have a good time.
Hey, bye.
Yeah. No, look, but, hey, I want to say something before we go. Look, everybody around him is dressed in suits and is there to escort him. And I didn't notice that till just now. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Like, why are there a bunch of men in suits getting ready to escort this one? Usually it's a single bailiff, somebody that's in uniform. But these guys are, and they said there's another warrant out, and it's a body only warrant. So he's not getting out. He can't get out. That's no bond, basically. So just wanted to point that out. Look.
Yeah, somebody sent me some old clips of his that had footage of him from a year ago in his it's actually in this exact same courtroom where he was being arraigned on the felony charges that he absconded from, which is why he's back in front of a judge. And he was the exact same way. He wasn't a sovereign citizen a year ago. And I haven't watched these clips through, but he was, you're violating my rights. You're violating my rights. I have this right. I have this right. This case needs to be dismissed. So he was the same guy a year ago, just not a sovereign citizen. So I am going to put a video together on that so you can see this guy a year ago trying to fight the court. But he had an attorney, and his attorney kept telling him to shut up, and he wouldn't.
Alrighty, well, I look forward to seeing that. Like I said, go subscribe to Colin. Someone said, who is that team is talking to here? We're going. That's
He's
Colin.
talking to himself.
Wait. No. It's Colin right there. Colin.
Oh, yeah, it's backwards.
Yeah, it's backward. That's why I was going like this. I was like, wait, he's not over there. He's over there. Wait, he's over. Yeah, you're over there. No, okay. So yes, I'm chatting with Colin right now. I've been working a lot with Colin lately. He seems to have a good eye for videos. And we share a lot of videos back and forth between each other. And so, yeah, I like to give him some good exposure. It's a channel that I think is a really good channel to be watching. Number one, especially if you like the court content. And, he's a good dude. So, all right, okay, I'll just skip through the end of this one because it's just him doing the perp walk out of the thing. But I do want to update everybody. Okay, So right now we're waiting on a judge to go live who's still not live. She has Lindsay Duneske on the docket today. So that's supposed to be in 38 minutes. That's when she's going to be scheduled to come up. Now it might be a little longer. That 1:30 is just the
Start time.
the start time of the docket. And usually, from at least my experience, I've always noticed that they tend to identify problem defendants and move them to the back. So it may be 2:30, like maybe an hour and 30 minutes before she actually comes up. But we have another video to watch, and then we'll probably do some chatting. In fact, before we get to that next video, I'll go ahead and I'll catch up on the super chats real quick. Let's see. Oh, 2,073 people watching. What the hell is going on? Get a fucking job and go to work, motherfuckers. God damn. Put a 1 in the chat if you're watching at work. Put another 1 in the chat if you're watching from home. Put a 1 in the chat if you're not even watching, you're just listening. I love you guys. All right.
Put a 2 in the chat if you think Team Skeptic overdoes to put a 1 in the chat.
Hell no. They'll never, nobody will say that. Nobody will say that I overdo it over here. All right, let's see. Let's catch up on the things. All right. We have Dino Diner for $10. Deep Ellum, baby. Dallas, Texas. Let's go. Bucky Moonshines. I owe you a few rounds, bud. Ooh, hey, I'm in Dallas. You don't fucking threaten me with a good time. Doctor Who Design, $2, €2, and 3 likes. The Amazing Axolotl, member 22 months. Hey, Skeptic, good to see you. Look, no 2s. I didn't see a single fucking 2.
I didn't know you couldn't read. I saw a bunch.
All right. I like pie. Pie, yeah, figure it out. All right. All right, another squid, $5 Canadian. My African Grey is here now to pass her dinosaur judgment. She passes. Broken Angle 7. Hey, Skeptic, hope you're doing well. Member 29 months. What up? Miss Chris Clark, $2. 2. Hey there, Team Skeptic and Colin. And then Rob Dorr. Thank you, Miss Chris Clark. I appreciate it. I appreciate your emails too. I haven't responded to you lately, but it's just because I'm getting a lot of emails, business emails, which are a good thing. I'll tell you guys something before we go on to the next one. I got somebody that complained about me taking the sponsorships I do, and I'm like, wait, what? I was like, why are you complaining about me taking sponsorships? Like, first off, I can understand how people don't like watching commercials. YouTube actually has a new function. I'm going to give this to you guys. I'm going to give you a little tip for those that don't want to watch my sponsorship ads, because I don't mind it at all. Like, I do what I do, and you do what you do, and I'm okay with that, right? People say, oh, I pay for premiums to not watch commercials. Yeah, me too. Me too. But you know what? YouTubers still do ads because that's the way they pay bills. That's the way they keep doing what they're doing because it finances them. So I want to give y'all a little tip because I do appreciate you, even if you do want to skip my ads. It doesn't matter to me. If you push the right button on your keypad, when the ad starts, if you push the right button on your keypad, it'll skip forward 5 seconds. But then, that's not the part. Everybody knows that part. But when you do that, a little thing pops up in the bottom right corner, and it says, jump to after ad, or jump to something along that. If you click that, it goes to the end of my ad and picks up where it left off, where the ad stops. So by all means, use that if you don't want to watch the ad, because I'm going to continue to take them. I'm also going to continue to turn down the ones that I think are not good for me or you or anybody else. And I do that as well. So that being said, we have Rob Dorr Law. Happy Wednesday, fellow travelers, fresh out off bail hearings. Good shit. Rob Dorr. Matt Weaver. 10 gifted memberships. Let's go, Matt Weaver. Crafty Mama Liz. New member. Let's go. All right, we have a video to watch. Let's get back to the video. We're caught up on super chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the super chats, my friends. Get the video going so I can stop failing so hard. Here we go. Oh, hold on. We'll just.
All right, we'll start with you first. Patton?
All right. Before we go on, let me lead into the next guy. So the next guy is fucking weird, right? You just watch how they say something like the moment he sees the public defender, it's like that's a disease. He goes, whoa, and starts backing away from him. And then when he's in jail, he refuses to acknowledge himself, and then holds up a sign that's pretty fucking crazy. So here we go.
Hey, real quick. Well, no, hold on. After part 1, I didn't send you because you have part 1 and part 3. I didn't send you part 2 because it's a 1-sentence discussion between the judge and the bailiff.
Okay.
So after part 1, pause it and I'll say what happened because this has actually happened over 3 days, not 2.
Okay. Yeah. Hedwig flies again. Says, hi all, first Team Skeptic live. Good shit. Glad you made it. Let's fucking
What's up, Hedwig?
go. Let's go.
Okay, I'll be standing there on the yellow X and then there's some paperwork.
Who are you?
Phone call 25 CM 724 State of Wisconsin versus David
I ain't
Patton.
gonna stand with you.
Appearances.
I'm not Mr. Pat.
We
Mr.
should
Pat
like to
is
see
my
the
property.
complaint.
Mr. Pat is my property.
Go and do it.
You can do whatever you want.
It's all you.
Are you David Patton?
I'm not David Patton.
You can go back in custody. We'll find David Patton.
Okay. David Patton is my property though.
If you wish to, this is
I'm
the
not-
case against David Patton.
Oh, okay, but then y'all been like, find David Patton.
You go back in the jail, they'll call David Patton. It'll be rescheduled for tomorrow if you wish.
This is my property though. But this is my property. David Patton is my property. And I'm here to establish that David.
If you want
Patton is my
to take your
property.
place here, David,
I'm
this
not
is
David.
David
I'm
Patton.
not David Patton.
That's
not-
you, sir.
I am man. Y'all wish I did.
We're here for an initial appearance on
I'm
David
just
Patton.
challenge jurisdiction.
If you're not David Patton, you can't challenge
Okay,
anything.
now we can
Take it back.
Correct, ma'am.
We'll reschedule for tomorrow.
You're
David Patton, appearing by Zoom, and I'm informed by the bailiff that it's not real cooperative or willing to.
All right, Skeptic, pause it. All right, so this is day 3. That was day 1. This all happened over 3 days. So the first clip was like April 4th or something, I don't know. And then, so the next clip, the second one, he was given the tablet like this, and he took off all his clothes. He just decided to show up to court naked, but they didn't show that part of it in court. What happened was either the court clerk or the bailiff walked up to the judge and said, David Patton decided to take off all of his clothes, so we're not letting him appear in court today, so we just pushed him until tomorrow. So it was a 1 sentence that happened in a 3-hour docket that you could have easily missed if I would have sent you the docket. So, but yeah, the 1 sentence. He took all his clothes off and wanted to appear naked.
He ain't crazy.
This is that guy we're watching.
This guy ain't crazy.
All right. Well, we'll call the case of the state of Wisconsin versus David Patton. It is case 25 CM 724. May we have appearances, please?
State appears by ADA and Lillian Nelson.
Attorney Stan Woodard with the Public Defender's Office appearing on behalf of Mr. Patton. Mr. Patton, is not, Mr. Patton wants to go pro se. That's the information I have on our paperwork here, so I will allow him to go pro se if that's what he wishes to do.
Okay, well, it appears that there's an attempt at least to conduct this hearing via Zoom. I can see that Deputy Gilmore is connected via Zoom and is in a housing unit at what appears to be the city county building. Deputy Gilmore, if you could please unmute just so I can ask a question or two. Yeah. Thank you. Deputy Gilmore, I can't tell on the video whether Mr. Patton is close by and able to hear or what the situation is on your end right now.
Sure, he has locked himself in a cell. He has said that he's unwilling to participate in this hearing today. I am at the cell block. He is in the cell block. He's just not willing to come to the Zoom. He can hear.
Okay, that was what I wanted to make sure. So he is effectively present. It's just a matter of him not stepping out to the exact spot where we'd be able to see him.
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Patton, Mr. Woodard tells me that you'd like to represent yourself. That's likely fine, but in order to do that, I'm going to be able to need to at least hear you. Do you want to represent yourself, or do you want Mr. Woodard to help you here today?
I am not Mr. Pat for the record. I'm going to talk about consider myself wrong person. I do not waive my rights under the Constitution, and that is what I'm saying. I am not. None of that shit. I'm assuming. I don't know. You're looking for a Mr. Pat. I am not Mr. Pat, sir.
Okay, well, would you like Mr. Woodard to help you today, or did you wish to represent yourself?
Mr. Patton, would you like to represent yourself or have an attorney?
And I'm not in your jurisdiction. Because I am not David Patton. David Patton is my name. It was given to me at birth. And that's why I keep telling you. If I was to appear in front of that camera, I would be committing fraud. I would be participating in your game of fraud.
Okay. Well, based on what
But yeah, but you can get out of jail possibly if you participate just a little bit. Yelling from you're participating, yelling from the fucking jail cell. You just don't realize it. All right, sorry. I just had to say this. This guy's screaming from his jail cell instead of coming to the thing. But you'll see him in a minute.
Look, at this point in time, I'm checking out. I have never given anybody authorization to speak for me. And
Okay.
at this point in time, I'm talking about that I stand in the Constitution. And I do not get any of my rights.
Mr. Patton, you don't have. Mr. Patton, can you hear me? So Deputy Gilmore, I can no longer hear him well. Is he turned away like the opposite direction or something?
I'm sorry, Commissioner. It's a little difficult to hear you right now.
I understand. I'm really not able to hear Mr. Patton anymore, though I can hear he's speaking. Did he like turn an opposite direction or something? Is that why the audio level changed?
He is currently in his cell block, and he is not wishing to have an attorney represent him.
Okay, so Mr. Patton, I'm going to basically give you one more opportunity. But I need you to clearly articulate and just on this point, whether you'd like to have Mr. Woodard help you here today or whether you're going to represent yourself.
Patton, would you like to have Attorney Woodard represent you, or would you like to represent yourself?
I think there was no response, Deputy Gilmore?
No response, Commissioner.
All right, well, since I can't take a full waiver of his right to counsel, Mr. Woodard, hopefully we can have you do your best here today.
Your Honor, I can advise you, I don't mind either way, don't get me wrong, but it does say on the information I have in my from the office that says he does not want a public defender and wants to go pro PER.
So the record reflects that.
I do love the attorney. Like, he's really doing his best to be like, come on, man, I really don't want to represent this guy. Like, he's already said he doesn't want me. Like, come on. But ultimately, the judge is right. If you're not gonna participate, even as your own counsel, then the only final option is to just assign you counsel and go through the motions without you. And you're not gonna be able to appeal that. Like, I don't understand this. This is just like
Yeah, so there are ways around.
Hey.
Okay, you're just gonna sit there and not say anything. Okay.
Hey, it says rip Team Skeptic stream.
I just had to reload it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just had to reload it. My entire thing froze. So I don't know if I thought it was on my end, but I just reloaded it. It was fine. Hold on, let me look at my phone. I have it going on my phone. It seems like it's working on my phone. But yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was on my end, so I just reloaded
I didn't get any. I had no error messages on my end, like nothing saying that we had anything down. Okay, so everybody, Thank goodness Doctor Who Design fixed it. Would you please tell me where y'all stopped hearing us at? I was saying that this is like the what you don't do. You don't go and represent yourself and then not do anything. Don't even participate, because what you're going to do is you're going to ensure you get the maximum penalty. You're going to ensure that if you are innocent, for instance, if there is a constitutional violation, for instance, you're not going to be equipped to identify that. So it's always best to just get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. If you're going to sit there and shut up, then sit there and shut up, but let a lawyer speak for you. They're not going to get you in any worse trouble. That's for sure.
Yeah, you might get a charge or two dismissed. If you're looking at 10 years in prison for a felony, you might get 5 instead. I mean,
so someone says, what is the name of Colin's channel? It is Colin, definitely not Cromwell. All right, here we go. We're going to continue on because it gets better.
There was an attempt to conduct this hearing 2 days ago on the 2nd. He was here in the courtroom, apparently refused to identify himself and eventually had to be removed. The next day, on the 3rd, there was an attempt to conduct the hearing via Zoom, and there was an inability to proceed on that because some actions on his part, I think they involved his state of duress and willingness to cooperate. We're now on our 3rd consecutive day attempting this initial appearance, and while the behaviors are different, I don't know that they're more indicative of an inability to proceed on his own. At this point, and I will note for the record that I'm the 3rd commissioner in 3 days to attempt to conduct an initial appearance. There, to the extent that there could be any claim that there are issues with sort of tolerance or patience on the part of the court officials, it's again now the 3rd court official involved in this. I'm going to make a finding that he's not in a position to waive right to counsel. I'll further find that he's waived or forfeited the ability to actively participate further in this proceeding. He is in a position where he can certainly listen if he chooses to do so, and I hope he does. I think that would be good for all concerned. But we're going to go ahead at this point, and Mr. Witter, unless you feel that for some reason you cannot make arguments on his behalf other than his stated wishes, I think I'd ask and I'd appreciate it if you could try to help on his behalf. I think that would be good for all. Attorney Nelson, are you aware of any reason why we should be addressing mental health competency, or is it your position that what we're seeing here is more a product of sort of an effort to disrupt rather than something mental health related?
I don't have enough personal knowledge of Mr. Patton's situation. I've not spoken to him directly. My personal impression at this time is that this is more behavioral and an attempt to be disruptive than mental health. That being said, if the behavior continues, maybe I'll put a note in that competency should be considered, but at this time, I'm not competency concerns.
All right, Mr. Witter?
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Patton is claiming that he's not Mr. Patton. He has another name. I don't know what that means in terms of his ability to understand what's going on. He does have appeal hold on it, from what I understand from the information that I have in front of me from my office. And so he's not going to go anywhere, at least for a while anyway. I will represent him for today's purposes only. I say that, Your Honor, looks like the matters contained here are misdemeanor matters. Waive reading of this complaint. And in regard to these misdemeanor matters and Mr. Patton, if I'm finding the problem caused by the court, we would stand mute and ask for a general plea of not guilty. Other than that, that's about as far as I can go. I will ask for a modest amount of cash bail. In regards to Mr. Patton, this is a misdemeanor battery, and then there is a tip misdemeanor and then a disorderly. So with these misdemeanor matters, there is no violation of pending bail or anything like that, or pending case. So We're gonna ask for a signature bond, Your Honor, in light of this situation. And that's about the best I can do.
Any response to Mr. Woodard's arguments?
Yeah, I would just like to know that Mr. Patton, I was here 2 days ago when we first tried to do his initial appearance, and he was stating that he is not David Patton, but that David Patton is his property. This is a common sovereign citizen argument. I know my name is my property. They usually often use another name, so that's kind of the basis for my thinking that it's not necessarily a mental health issue at this point. But again, given the fact that we've now had to try to do this 3 times and have been unsuccessful, I don't think Mr. Patton is going to show up to court without cash on the line. So I think that the request is appropriate.
All right, so I've had a very brief opportunity to look at the allegations in the complaint. I've also looked at CCAP, and I did view the DOC locator to try to figure out what his status was with his agent prior to this, and a little bit of history. This is an Act 3 eligible offense, meaning that there are violent crimes alleged. Those that means that I'm also supposed to consider not just appearance risk, but also protection of the community, both specific victims and the community as a whole. I'm also supposed to consider the risk of witness intimidation and the consideration of any affirmative defenses. In addition, I'm supposed to consider prior violent crimes. I will concede that I have not explored every single case in Mr. Patton's history. The DOC locator, and combined with CCAP, says that he's on ES for a substantial battery that appears was committed against the same individual who was identified as a victim in this complaint. And I want to review this complaint just a little closer to make sure I'm getting that right.
And Commissioner, it does appear that the defendant has.
Yeah, look, he's holding up a sign.
There it is.
There's the sign.
He had to go for arts and crafts time. That's why he wasn't in court.
I am not David Patton. David Patton is my property. I'm trying to read what the bottom part says.
If you let it play for a second or two, he puts it a little closer. You can kind of read what the rest of it says.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. And yeah, I like that. We'll talk about the competency in a moment. Das Empress. Here we go.
Reapproached the laptop and is holding up some sort of sign.
All right. And it says, I am not David.
I am the living image. He's a living image. Given to me after birth. That's all I can see. And then I think there might be a date at the bottom right-hand corner. I don't know. You're muted, by the way, Skeptic, if you're talking.
God damn it. Yes, I was reading everything you were saying.
You're probably like, why is this guy talking over me?
No, we were actually in perfect unison. I am the living image. Okay, good deal. And given I am not David Patton, I am David Patton is my property, given to me after birth. Okay.
David Patton is my property. So yes, I think that is consistent with Ms. Nelson's observation that this is essentially a sovereign citizen game, and it's one I don't play. Mr. Patton is again charged with in this complaint with battery and attempted battery of individuals that are not the co-defendant, though the co-defendant, I think, is the individual who is the victim of the prior substantial battery. In any event, he has a prior recent history for violent offenses. This complaint alleges violent offenses. It's plain that he doesn't recognize essentially the jurisdiction of the court. I think he said that as much himself earlier. He's not willing to cooperate with the process really in any way, shape, or form. And there are some very real dangers here. There's also an allegation in this complaint of an attempt, or not an attempt, I should restate that, a threat to blow up a house. I'm not setting anything less than $2,500. I'll set that. I'll order the no contact condition with respect to Anitra B. I agree with the state's position that right now there's not real reason to doubt competence, that this is essentially gamesmanship on the part of Mr. Patton, and therefore I won't make a competency referral. But when he has counsel appointed, Well, or if he has counsel appointed, or if either the judge assigned to the case or the state think it's appropriate, they're free to raise that issue with the judge at a later time. All right, good luck, Mr. Patton. I hope this goes better next time.
All right. Well, there you go. It's not going to get any better for him though, because I can understand what they're doing. This is last ditch effort, you know, like the cards are stacked against him. The evidence is stacked against him. What's the only way out of this? The Hail Mary. Go sovereign citizen. You know, I don't consent to your lie. I heard it online. I'm going to be convicted no matter what, but I heard it online that if you do this, it works. And then they do it. And it not only does it not work, but it ends up doing the opposite of mitigating his punishment. It does the opposite. It makes it worse instead of lesser by just taking a lawyer and letting, shut up. Just don't say anything. Don't run up there and hold signs saying that you're not you and that you actually own yourself. And that was given to you after birth. You know, don't say some stupid shit like that, because that's not going to help your situation out at all. All right, so we'll keep an eye on this. Yes, go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to Seema and Carrie for continuously dropping my link. I just want to say I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll have a word with Seema about that. But we are still waiting. Okay, so we do have I'm sure some new people here. And the afternoon docket starts in about 10 minutes from right this second. It starts in about 10 minutes, and that's where Lindsay Duneske is scheduled to come up. Now, who knows where she's going to fall in this in the defendants. Once she's up, we'll put the video on, and we'll just kind of I'll just chat with you guys, take questions from the audience while we let the video play, and then when we see her on screen, we'll do like ESPN. Okay, sorry guys, we're cutting to live. And then everybody's mic just goes down, and then it starts playing the audio. They did that the other day in the Lakers game I was watching. There was a tornado right like maybe 20 miles from me. So of course it has to stop talking about the Laker game. The Laker game gets this big in the corner, and then it's just some guy saying over and over, there's a tornado coming. And I'm like, yes, I get it. Doesn't bother me. I'm far in North Dallas. Please just put the Laker game back on. Give me an option at least to choose the Laker audio instead of yours.
Yeah. I say this all the time. For people that live in the Midwest or all the way down to Texas, we're used to tornadoes. When you get a tornado warning, you're just like, all right, man.
Yeah,
if it comes near me, I'll do something.
There is a tornado warning that happens, and it's the tornado itself. It gets really fucking loud as it gets closer and closer. That will get your attention more than any weatherman on the channel repeating the same thing over and over. But no, I'm being facetious. Of course, I understand the importance of having the weather on. Definitely play the weatherman over the Lakers game. I'm just being a pretentious prick right now, I guess, a little bit. But anyway, okay, so let me read whatever super chats have come in real quick, and then we will figure out what else we're going to do while we wait. All right, so first off, 821 likes. What? We're so fucking close. Let's go. 177 left. Let's go.
I haven't liked it yet.
You asshole. Go like it, Colin. God damn it. About to kick him off my live stream.
It's just telling me to join. I don't want to join this shit.
Join, motherfucker. All right. So let me go back here. We had all right, Laws Cali, $5. I did buy the Raycon earbuds and the extra wallet you had as ads. I really like them both. Thank you, Skeptic. Well, okay, so let me tell you guys just while we're chatting and while we're waiting, right? Let me tell you what my policy is on shit like that. Whenever I get ad offers all the time, like for instance, I'll tell you the most recent one that I got that I turned down. It was an ad offer for an auto AI video generating company. I hate those fucking videos. I hate them. I hate the fucking fact that there's people out there There's somebody out there right now. Let me tell you guys. I said this on Colin, or yeah, I think it was yours the other night.
Yep.
Yeah, there's an AI channel out there called The Skeptics. Literally goes and pulls my video down, cuts out all my parts, okay? Doesn't throw them away, puts those parts off to the side. Runs those parts through an AI voice generator. So he's taking my fucking script and running it through a voice generator to generate my parts. Between the parts where I interject, they're all my parts. Everything I said, it's right there in a different AI generated voice. And there's literally people down there interacting with it like, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. I can't believe that this guy said this. I'm like, bitch, that guy said that fucking a year ago when I covered him the first time. Like, people don't realize that there's these new channels that are popping up that are using video AI. And I'm like, you know what? I don't believe that will help me, nor do I believe that that's going to help any of my audience. So I'm not going to take that sponsorship. But for like the extra wallets, that was my very first sponsorship. They sent me the wallets first. I said, when they asked me if I wanted to take the sponsorship, I said, hey, look, I will, but send me the wallets first so I can at least check them out, make sure that I like them. I like those fucking wallets. I still use my extra wallet every time I go out, everywhere I go, number one. But when I go out of town, I be sure to take that because it's nice to be able to pop my hotel card out and touch it without having to take it out, possibly losing it. There's just a lot of good things about that wallet that I really enjoy using. I figured you guys might like it too. You know, somebody out there might like it. The Prize Picks. I enjoy playing fantasy sports. Literally, Colin, he'll tell you, we were in a fucking fantasy football thing. So I like that. That's something I enjoy. I don't mind promoting that company because I enjoy it. Maybe a few of you might enjoy it too. Who knows? You don't have to. You can skip the ad. I mean, there's no fucking, nobody says you have to watch that. If you want to skip it, skip it. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. It just means it's not for you. But it does, I will tell you, for the people that do enjoy what I'm doing, and they enjoy, those people that have especially watched me since I was a smaller channel, people are taking me seriously on here. They're reaching out to me because they believe that if I put my name behind a product, that it might help their product get some exposure. That means a lot. That means I did the right thing. I moved forward when it came to being a content creator from 0 subscribers to somebody that's worth, has some push behind his voice and behind his brand, you know? But saying that, I won't go take a sponsorship I don't believe in, or I don't think you guys would actually enjoy. At least a percentage of you, you know? So I think that's fair. I think that's a fair trade-off. And again, YouTube just added a feature. If you just hit the right button during the ad to skip, there will be a little like AI thing. It looks like an AI symbol pops up and it says skip advertisement. And if you click that, it will just skip you to the end of the advertisement, and it costs you less than 5 seconds that you would have to watch.
It's just like when you're watching Netflix and you say, would you like to skip the intro?
Yeah, would you like to skip the intro? Absolutely. Just say it, yeah. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
I've heard the Game of Thrones song 1,000 times. We can skip this time.
Yeah, right. Even though I do like that song.
I do too. That was a bad example. I actually like it.
Right.
And the whole map that they do, I always watch it.
Esben Brink for 20 Donkey Kong dollars. That guard reminds me of Jamie Hinneman. I don't know who that is, so I couldn't tell you yes or no.
Either.
But I believe you. If that makes a difference, I think you're telling the truth, Esben. Michael Benny for $10. Okay, serious question. Since he doesn't want to answer his name, can't they just use his prisoner number on the record and call him by that number? Well, here's the thing. They actually, whether he goes by that name or not, doesn't matter, actually. It's let me see. It's my thing jumped. It actually doesn't matter whether he identifies by the name or not. It's on the state to prove that the person in the charging document is the person that they're charging. So they have different ways of proving that. One is through DNA. One is through fingerprints. One is through eyewitness. You know, let's say you've never been to prison in your life. You've never put your DNA in any DNA registry or anything, and you commit a crime, right? And you don't tell them what your name is. I have no name. You will eventually still go to prison for that crime. You don't have to give them your name. They'll find out. And if they don't, guess what? You'll just sit in jail until they do. And then you'll find out. And then from that point forward, you'll have to go through and finish your sentence or do your sentence. Let's say that you did this for 2 years in the county jail. That doesn't mean that if you were sentenced to 2 years in prison, or we're looking at 2 years in prison, that 2 years is already going to be eaten up by your 2 years in county. And look, get this out of memory error. Look, guys, let's be honest. I'm going to have to reinstall everything on my computer. It kind of sucks. All right, let's go back here and let me go to viewer activity. But I hope
you've gotten out of memory error.
Yes, it's Opera. I've got my computer's messing up.
Oh, that explains that you use Apple.
Wamba Tom, shut up. Wamba Tom, for 50 Czech bucks, Czech kroners. I know that currency because I got some good friends in the Czech Republic. I'm actually going to be there. I'm going to be in Prague in October 12th, I think. Or not, I'm sorry, not October 12th. May 12th, I'll be in the Czech. Wamba Tom. LMAO, I'm surprised he wanted the crayon on the paper instead of eating it. Yeah, right? Probably are feeding him liquefied crayons in there. He probably asked to go to see the art department all the time. Look at that, 1,000 likes. That's what I'm talking about, people. Let's go. All right, DJ DRKLNTM, new member. Thank you very much. And we're just going to get through these. I'm checking over here constantly for the live stream to start because we're getting really close. In fact, it's 11:30 now, so the afternoon docket should start any moment. Once the afternoon docket starts, I'll put that up for the video, and then we'll have a conversation while we wait for Lindsay to come up. Another squid, $2 Canadian. They do own themselves. SovCitting is a self-own. I want to tell you guys something. I am ready to do my second channel. An actual thing. I don't know what about that, another squid. Something about that comment triggered something in me. But I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I am going to say that I'm about 75% done with a 30-minute script. It's all me. It's not a reaction, not anything like that. It's going to be kind of like a storytelling channel, but not a storytelling, like a documentarian channel kind of, but I'm going to make it funny. So watch my community post, because when I post it, I'm going to let you know this is what I'm doing. Here's the channel. I would love for you to go subscribe to it so I can, get a kind of a nice little boost to the, algorithm. My first video will be good though. You guys already know I don't do anything half-ass. So, but another squid, thanks for that $2 Canadian, because that's what triggered that memory. And I remembered I needed to tell you guys. Aries, member, new member. Woo! Let's go. Nathan Hinman, $6.99 Canadian. Any idea of what is happening with Irish Demons channel? The commentary wasn't there last time me and I looked and was giving off AI vibes. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not here to run my mouth about another creator that isn't here to explain themselves or where they're going with their channel. But I've seen the same thing. I don't get it. I really, really just don't get it why content creators are just giving up. Especially people that had like a really good thing going for themselves. Out of nowhere, it just gave up. And I mean, it is what it is. Maybe he's behind some of these other AI channels that have popped off and he's just like, yeah, fuck that other channel. I'll just do these AI channels. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying, that if I started a second AI channel and it started popping off for me, there'd be no way in hell I'd go back to doing my old shit. Especially if being, she's live. She's live, boys and girls. I told you.
You got that 3 seconds before I did.
I was looking. All right, but no, I don't know what's going on with this channel. I don't know. So last summer says he's running from accountability. Yeah, I heard some shit, but I just don't want to. That's not my place to put it out right now. It's not. I don't like, I don't know the whole facts and everything about the whole situation. Oh, she's on screen. She's probably going to go first. Hold on.
Oh, let's go.
Hold on. Hey, calm down.
No.
Everybody, here we go.
Do not tell me to calm down. I will live my life like I want to. And that is not calm.
All right, hold on. All right, there, and let me get the volume up. Can you hear that volume?
So
No.
I am going to ask everyone to please remain muted until called upon specifically.
I got you.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
So, to our interpreter, sir, can you please unmute?
I can hear it now, but can you turn it up a little?
Raise your right hand. And do you swear or affirm that you will translate to the best of your ability from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English in these proceedings today?
I do.
Okay, and you are kind of quiet once again.
Okay, so
That's okay.
Okay.
the translator is going to go. Is that better first off for you?
Now calling case number.
It's still kind of quiet.
00.
Oh, hold on, let me fix that.
539. This is the state
But yeah,
of Michigan
the translator
versus
that's good. That's
Ovidio
good.
Linares.
You can. Oh, that got louder for you.
Llamado del caso
Yeah, that did.
numeración 2,
For a second,
2,
then it kind of dropped
letra
back down a little
S,
bit.
Números 00539
How about that?
del estado de
Hold on.
Michigan en contra de Ovidio Linares.
That's good for me. I've got great headphones, though. It might be a little low for the people in chat. I don't know.
Today
Though. It
is
might be
the
good.
date and time set
Oh, that's
for
perfect.
an
Don't change it.
arraignment
That's
in
right.
this
Right there.
matter.
Hemos
Mr. Linar-
establecido, sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Linares, can you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Okay.
Esta
Let's make
es la
sure.
fecha y la hora que hemos
All right.
establecido
Tell me,
para
chat.
poder
That's good. Audio great.
presentar
Perfect.
la lectura de cargos. En su-
Okay, so for the time being, I am going to turn off the audio. I'll leave this up so we can see when she comes up. But look, there she is. Oh, she's got her little braids in and everything. She got her hair did inside the jailhouse. Yeehaw, Lindsay, let's go. Oh man, I'm gonna have just way too much fun with this one. All right. So I will let's see, I will do let's see, can you give us some ASMR while we wait for the main show? Yeah, sure. Rob Door 499. We're all witnesses to the forthcoming defamation. Oh shit. Hope everyone has their Castu que trusts in order. Sesque trust in order. Yes. Get him in order. All right. Yes. So excited. Me too. Me fucking too. Let's go. Look at her. She's got her paperwork ready. She's ready to file motions on the record right fucking now.
I do want to make a comment about Magistrate Braley. She has come a long way in a year. Now, she just took over from Magistrate Nelson last January. And last January, within a week or two, she had her first sovereign citizen. And you could tell she did not know what to do. So she's like, okay, we're just going to send this over to the judge, meaning Judge Washington. And she's come a long way. Now she properly knows, like, okay, you need to stop talking. You are not helping yourself. So I'm really excited to see how she handles whatever her name is, dipshit lady.
Dipshit Duneske. That's right.
I didn't want to say it out loud.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like that name
no.
you should not say.
No, look at that. She's like, you look at her, she's like looking at her paperwork going, God damn, I'm so hungry right now. Should I just eat it? Here, I'm gonna turn the volume on real quick so we can hear if she's calling her next. Oh no, okay. I guess we'll notice when the translator, when he gets off, we'll know.
Yeah. The interpreter cases usually take a while too, so we might have about 5 to 10 minutes before the next case.
That's
depending
fine.
on if it's just a yes, no type of thing or not.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, shit, man. Let's see. We had Derval Martins. The big man on campus for the other day with the large fucking donation. Thank you, Derval. A new fucking member. Let's fucking go. I wonder if they could ever like get a translator for sovereign citizens so that we all kind of know what they're saying when they say it.
Eric Martin. Eric Martin should be the translator.
Oh my God, man. He'd actually if he put on one of those shirts, he would kind of look like Charlie up there.
He would.
Yes, Your Honor. He's saying he can't. He's not willing to come to the stand right now.
He does not recognize your authority. He challenges jurisdiction.
I want to see a cage fight. God, Derek, me too. I want to see Lindsay v. Lindsay. And if one of the Lindsays can't make it, I'll let The Rock substitute in.
It's nice of you to allow The Rock to substitute in.
Oh, look at that. Rob Dorr coming in hot. Gold fringe on the court's flag equals maritime jurisdiction. Daneski v.
I never
Tubbs.
understood where that came from. Where did that even start? It had to have started somewhere. But the gold fringe actually meant something?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know what? I'll do this for the next live stream. I'll figure out where that argument comes from. Does anybody want to help me out here? Somebody want to throw me a little bone about where that comes from? Rob Dorr says, Team Skeptic, I volunteer as tribute. All right, Daneski versus Dorr coming to a WWE near you, to a Waffle House where the fucking sovereign citizen. Yeah, where sovereign citizens host their meetings. All right. Charlie's still there. It looks like he's still talking. So is Ovidio Linares. He's still there too. Needing the translator, so it hasn't got. Whoa! There she is. Okay, I thought she moved on screen. She was at the bottom. Now she moved over to the right. I about to say can't have none of that shit. All right, just catching up on stream, says Epileptics for $20. Was I one of the people complaining about sponsors? I don't know. It wasn't that you take them or do them. I just don't like sports betting. Didn't mean anything. Oh, no. Hey, Epileptics, if it was you, it's okay. I didn't take any offense to it. Believe me, there's not just one person that's ever complained. And don't ever feel like you have to apologize, because I don't take this shit personally. I've got a lot. There's a lot of creators out there that'll be like, I can't believe you said this, block. And that's where you'll end up being for the rest of that creator's existence on YouTube, is in their block list. I don't do that. When you tell me something like that, even by what you said, if that was you that I was talking about, I'll just let you know that that gives me feedback. It allows me to know that there are people that do take offense and are paying attention to the sponsors that I take, and that it's important for me to actually be a little bit more, have a little bit more scrutiny on the sponsors that I take, to make sure that they're not doing stuff like putting harmful things in front of my audience. So I do appreciate what you said. If that was you that I was talking about, I do appreciate what you said, and don't feel like you have to apologize at all. You're welcome to disagree with me, and that's totally cool. Chuck's Kids Beer Fund from Legal Fiction, $10.
What up, Legal Fiction?
I know, he trips me out with that Chuck's Kids Beer Fund. All right, we'll check in. Let's see. It's it looks like Charlie is still speaking. He's speaking to Judge Braley, so it's probably English. We all speak that. We're good. Oh, and for my foreign audience that tunes in, a lot of the people that I've met on, like, when I've gone around and traveled the world, a lot of people will tune into here and watch my live streams and watch my videos. I now have an auto translation feature. So at some point, this video will be in Portuguese, Spanish, German, French, and one or two other languages. So please, for my foreign audience, if you would like to test that out, go watch one of my recent videos and change up the language. Did I make it back in time? Yes, Lux, you are back in time. Lindsay Duneske is sitting on the right side with her lunch papers, getting ready to put forth at least. All right, over under, audience. Over under. How many motions will she file today? Will she try to file? even if they're improperly filed, will she even attempt to bring up? I'm going to say 2.5. That's the number. Will she try to bring 3 or more motions, or will she try to bring 2 or less? That's the question. I'm putting a poll up right now.
Okay. She's gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna say out loud what motions I think she's gonna file because I don't want to tip off my scale. So let me just think to myself.
All right, 3+ or 2-. That's what it is. 3 or way over. What? Well, we know she already.
Yeah,
Oh wait, look.
I'm already at 4. I'm already at 4 without even.
She's
just getting through introduction.
She's trying to cool herself off over there. She's probably burned some calories writing some motions. Wow, 3+, 97%. Okay, we're gonna end that poll. We're gonna start a new one. Numbers gone up. Where's the over under?
No,
4+?
Do a poll that's like 1 to 3, 4 to 5,
Okay.
and then 6+.
There we go. How many motions? 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Add option. 6+. Here we go. Start poll. How smart are you, chat? All the motions, says David G. She will be filing all the motions. All right. I'm gonna put on the audio for 1 second and go use the restroom so you guys will be entertained by court audio for a moment.
Can be used against you in court.
Tiene el derecho para permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que usted mencione en voz alta o por escrito será utilizada en contra suya en un tribunal de justicia.
Okay.
You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt.
También tiene derecho a ser declarado presuntamente inocente más allá de toda duda razonable.
You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury.
También cuenta con el derecho para contar con un juicio ante la presencia de un juez o de un jurado.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial.
También tiene el derecho para poder ser representado legalmente por un abogado durante todos y cada uno de los procesos judiciales que tenga usted que presentarse ante el tribunal antes, durante y después de los mismos.
You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status.
Usted no tiene o no está obligado a revelarle al Tribunal de Justicia cuál es su estatus migratorio o de ciudadanía. Sin embargo, sí cuenta con el derecho para poder hablar con un abogado de asuntos migratorios para poder saber cuál es el impacto o de qué manera le va a afectar este caso en su estatus migratorio.
If that last part does not apply to you, then don't worry about it.
Si esto último que se acaba de señalar no es aplicable en el caso de usted, entonces no tiene de qué preocuparse.
Do you have any questions about your rights?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta acerca de sus derechos?
No.
No.
Attorney Moten, do you?
Okay, I'm back. All right. So let's see. The translator looks like family of Team Skeptic. Hey, man, leave my uncle alone. Alicia Morgan, thank you. Welcome to the Rage Stingers. All right, for everybody that's just joined in the last 10, 15 minutes, we are waiting on Lindsay Duneske, who is right here in the right. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Okay, it's right over there on the right. That's Lindsay Daneski, and we're waiting for her to come up on her appearance. So that is all we're doing right now. Just don't want to miss it. That's why we're leaving the video on there. And yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, let's see. Somebody asked a couple other questions. Is this the lady that tells attorneys and judges that they should recuse themselves or face a death penalty? Yes. and drag in Wrangler just for asking that question, you too will get the death penalty. Skeptic doesn't want to pull a Riley live streaming while live streaming. Very correct, Andrew. Yeah, that's some old school shit right there. For those that know, they know. All right, let's see. Dino Diner, $5. Lindsay will terrorize the court with pelvic motions. Holy crap. First off, put a 1 in the chat if you've seen Lindsay Duneski's fucking dancing videos. Oh my God, they're horrible. Something she shouldn't have fucking put out on the internet for sure. All right, let's see. Mortimer Duke, $4.99. It moved. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, out of memory. Way to go, Opera. Way to go, Opera. All right, let me go back there and... Mortimer Duke for $4.99 says she's coming in hot. Oh my God, she is. She's over there waving. She's ready to go. Burning calories just sitting there. Samson Makunganya. Welcome to the Rage Dingers. Let's go. All right. Colin, are you back yet?
I just got back.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Trying to get all my windows set back up.
Fix your memory issue.
Yeah, thanks, Shiz. Yeah, exactly. Shiz is the one that exposed us to her dancing. Even though it was Chuck's fault at first, then Shiz. Shiz made a video out of it. Oh, man, I probably should go get Shiz's video. Oh, the officer's walking up. It may be getting pretty close to her time. Let's see what Magistrate Burley's saying.
Bench warrant because of your appearance today.
Debido a su comparecencia ante este Tribunal de
Let's see who it
Justicia
is.
el día de hoy,
Oh, it's still
es por
okay.
eso
Same
que
guy.
esa orden de aprehensión y arresto en su contra que se giró el día 13 de junio de 2022, me dispongo ahorita a darla de baja o desestimarla.
The court will set bond with the following conditions.
Well, we're not going to listen to that. We'll be all right. We'll just wait until he gets. I
They're
thought
on bond,
that.
though. It's at the end.
Yeah, right. All right. So what's coming up with you, Colin? When's your next video coming out? You going live tonight?
Yeah, I'll go live tonight. I got a couple clips from this morning already. We'll see what happens this afternoon. But I don't know what video I'm putting out tomorrow. Today was the Sovereign Citizen that we played earlier.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. Listen, hey, chat, this is a message to you guys. I'm going to primarily let this run through. I'll comment on it sporadically, but I am putting out a full-fledged video tomorrow. So be ready for that video tomorrow. If this is any good, of course, if it's nothing, if they come in and they just send her about her way, then I'll save it for her next appearance. But I'm letting you know. I expect you to be there and comment. Well, what are we going to comment, chat? What are we going to comment so people knew that you saw it here first on the live stream? Hashtag dipshit Daneski. That kind of sounds like a good one. No, just put hashtag live game, because if you put dipshit Daneski, it'll flag the comment.
Yeah.
Won't let me and I have to go through and approve every one of them. I mean, fuck it, put dipshit Daneski anyway.
If it's all one word, you might get away with it.
All right. Well, they've I've said dipshit in a video before, and it has it muted. You know, like yeah. So I don't know if it's or like it puts the dashes in the not muted. I'm sorry, it puts the dashes in the closed captions.
Transcript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they take so long to do the translators, because the judge has to speak slow.
They're painful.
The translator has to speak for her. Then he has to respond. Then she speaks back.
Yeah, I always skip the translator cases.
I want my Lindsay crack. That's what I want. I want my goddamn Lindsay crack right now. Give it to me. Give it to me straight in the fucking butt. Let's go.
It's right there on the table. You just got to make it to the table.
Delusional Daneski. Yeah, that too. Brooks was here. Who's Brooks? All right, I'm gonna put the I'm gonna let the audio play so we can listen to this come to an end.
Tampoco el lugar donde ella trabaja, ni tampoco a ninguno de los lugares que ella frecuenta ir.
When the court says do not go, the court does not care if you own a place, rent a place, or are personally invited to go to a place, do not go.
Cuando el tribunal dice que no vaya, al tribunal no le importa si ya sea que usted renta un lugar, es propietario de un lugar o que se le invita a ir a ese lugar, simple y sencillamente no va a poder ir.
You are not to engage in any sort of assaultive, threatening, harassing, terrorizing, molesting, or stalking behaviors towards Ms. Maya or anyone else.
Usted no tiene permitido ni hostigar, ni amenazar, ni tampoco hacerle ningún tipo de daño, ni asustar o espantar, ni tampoco merodear o seguir a la señora Maya ni a ninguna otra persona.
You're not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever, and you are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court.
Usted no podrá incurrir en ninguna otra falta administrativa o delictiva de
Okay. Brooks from Shawshank Redemption. Yes, I didn't get it at first. I hate myself sometimes. Thank you, Legal Fiction, for making me realize that.
Information network. They will be readily accessible to any police officers you may come into contact with. And if they have reason to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, they can arrest you on the spot and you will be held for a bond violation.
What's up, Midgie the cat? How are you doing? Speaking of which, shout out to Schrodinger's cat. Love you, buddy. Miss you.
And set a new, more restrictive one.
Hey, happy birthday, Chrissy. Chrissy G. Member for 12 months. It's my birthday and my Team Skeptic anniversary. That's what I'm talking about. Good shit, good shit.
competentes, la cual va a permanecer accesible a todos los oficiales de policía con los cuales usted podría encontrarse o estar en contacto. Para lo cual, si alguno de estos oficiales de policía de pronto cree que usted está infringiendo o violando alguna de las condiciones de la fianza, entonces a usted se le podría poner bajo arresto en ese mismo lugar e instante y se le entonces canalizaría para que se presentara a comparecer ante el tribunal para una audiencia por violación de su fianza ante la presencia de un juez, quien podría en ese momento revocar o cancelar la fianza que tenía usted anteriormente y estipular.
Yeah, you know it, buddy. I do. Bridget Divide said, Team Skeptic, hey, bro, you got that good Daneski shit. I got that good Daneski shit. Let's go.
No.
No.
Attorney Moten?
None for me, thank you.
Okay. The court will set a personal recognizance bond. It will be a $10,000 personal recognizance bond.
Okay, well, at least she's at the bond, so we know that the next hearings are coming up. Let's just hope that the translator goes off of the screen. It doesn't look like anybody else up there has like a really deep Spanish name. So it's probably just that one guy. So hopefully she'll get to in custodies next. And then she'll do Zoom calls to end. That's what I'm thinking and hoping.
Usted no viene a comparecer ante el tribunal cuando se le exija.
True Crime Chats, $4.99. So glad I could catch a live with my two favorite creators. I'm usually in class teaching, but y'all make my day. Well, you know what? You make our day too. Thank you very much to True Crime Chats. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Even if Colin
Thank you,
doesn't.
True Crime.
Even if Colin doesn't. Stop laughing. I'm trying to say something. Even if Colin doesn't. There
No,
you
that's
go.
why I was laughing.
Do not have any questions. You are free to sign out of Zoom.
Stay 12 says, when is Daneski on? Well, she's on right now in this right corner over here, but we're waiting for her. She's eating. Stop eating your fucking fingers, Daneski. That's fucking gross. She's been in the jailhouse walking around touching that shit. Oh, nasty.
He said anything. So, do we have anyone else here who needs a Spanish interpreter?
¿Alguna persona más que esté presente y necesite los servicios del intérprete de español?
I love how that guy said
Yeah,
no.
I was just about to say, how the fuck is he answered? No, nobody else needs one.
Yes, if I don't have anyone else here who needs a Spanish interpreter, then, sir, you are free to sign out of Zoom as well.
Jim West, DG, $5 says, dude, I'm from Fort Worth myself. We should hang out sometime. I'm looking at maybe doing a meetup here in Dallas. I've been thinking about it. So here we go. Let's see who's next. Oh, yeah. Also, thank you very much, Jim West, for $5. Thank you very much.
I think we're on.
I'm going silent. Here we go.
Okay. Now calling case number 24S00096. This is the State of Michigan versus Lindsay Duneske. Appearances for the record, please.
Ashley Moulton on behalf of Ms. Daneski's, state your name now.
Lindsay and Daneski.
Okay, thank you. Today is the date and time set for an arraignment in this matter. And it does not look like you have been previously arraigned on this. What I have here is a misdemeanor complaint that charges that on or about December 9th of 2023 at 2169 Moeller Avenue, you did attempt to commit the following listed offense, and in the attempt did act towards the commission of that offense, but failed in the perpetration or was prevented in the execution thereof to assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Raul Pacheco Garcia and or Marco Campigiorni, sheriffs or sheriff's deputies of Washtenaw County that you knew or had reason to know were performing their duties. This is otherwise known as attempted assaulting, resisting, or obstructing of a police officer. Do you understand that charge against you?
I don't understand it because I didn't do
Ms. Daneski, I wouldn't, we're gonna plead not guilty. She's just understanding, asking, do you understand the charges?
Well, I'm objecting to jurisdiction, so I wouldn't understand the charges. I comprehend them, but I don't understand them.
Okay, so yes, I want to make sure that you do in fact comprehend the charge against you and what I am saying. I am not asking you if you agree with it.
Okay, yes, I do comprehend them.
Okay, thank you. So again, this is a misdemeanor. It has a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail, a $1,000 fine plus court costs or both. Do you comprehend that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Count 2 charges that you did make or excite a disturbance in a street, lane, alley, highway, public grounds, or park located at Muller Avenue. This is otherwise known as disturbing the peace. Do you comprehend that charge?
I do, but I was on private property, so I don't see how that applies.
Okay, and the purpose of the hearing today is an arraignment. I am informing you of the charges against you and their potential penalties. For disturbing the peace, the potential penalty is up to 90 days in jail, a $500 fine plus court costs or both. Do you comprehend that?
Yes.
Okay, so further discussion of the case can take place during the pretrial that will be held in front of the judge. As the magistrate, I am not hearing anything other than you said, Attorney Moten, that Your client is going to stand mute, although I suppose I should ask Ms. Daneski, do you wish to be represented by a public defender?
I prefer to represent myself.
Okay. How do you plead to these charges?
Well, I don't plea, I object to the jurisdiction because there's no jurisdiction whatsoever to bring them. Plus, they never notified me of the charges at all, and I was told there would be no charges brought against me.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not even sure where these charges came from, because they arrested me and then they said it was a mistake that they arrested me and they let me go.
Okay. Thank you for the information. As stated, any issues such as those being brought up will be dealt with at the pretrial in front of Judge Washington.
Is that a jurisdictional hearing then?
She can address jurisdiction at that hearing, yes.
Okay, thank you.
At this time, the court will set a pretrial conference date of May 29th, 2025. That will be at 9 in the morning over Zoom in front of Judge Washington. The court will be entering a plea of not guilty at this time on your behalf.
Could you do it as the no contest one instead? Or does it make a difference?
I cannot give you legal advice. The court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons. Any that you do possess are to be surrendered. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court. The next one in this matter being that May 29th Zoom hearing at 9 in the morning. And do you know when you are getting out?
I'm working on it. I'm working on the bond. They were supposed to do some kind of report and they never did it, so I got stuck here longer.
Okay.
But hopefully 28th of April is my next court date, so hopefully that's when I'll be able to get out.
Okay. At this time, the court will set a $10,000 personal recognizance bond in this matter. So what that means is you're not paying anything to get out on this case. You are basically promising to appear for the next court date and to abide by all of the bond conditions. If you fail to appear or violate any bond conditions, then your bond is going to start at $10,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, I don't believe that I advised you of your rights. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case has any effect on your citizenship status. If that part doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. So, any questions about your rights? Okay, you have your next court date. If you don't have any questions, then you are free to sign out of Zoom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was slightly interesting. Slightly interesting. She got a PR bond, but she ain't going nowhere. Oh, hold on. I got the still playing in my ear. She's got a PR bond, but she ain't going nowhere. Chat. She ain't going nowhere at all. let's see, April 28th, she has a hearing. But I don't, that's the, I think she has like two probation violations, and, or maybe it's one probation violation and one other warrant, I believe, that's holding her in jail right now.
Multiple different jurisdictions, even though she's not going to say that. But yeah, she's held by multiple different courts.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely not going anywhere for the time being. And I think all she needs is like $1,000 to get out, but she just doesn't have it.
She didn't get the
no, I'm
self-check stuff
sorry.
quick enough.
I'm sorry. Let me take that back. She just needed $1,000 at one time to get out of jail. That was a $10,000 bond with a 10% to get out. 10,000, 10%, $1,000. But she went before the judge and then ended up getting that bumped up from 10% of 10,000 to 25,000 cash. So 25 times more. So she's also, when she says, I'm working on it, the best that she can hope is that it gets reduced back down to the 10% of 10,000, which would be $1,000. That's the best that she can hope for.
Which could happen. It could be reduced.
It could.
She's been in jail now for what, 2 months? So they might lower it.
Every day she's in jail, that's just another day for Chuck to just enjoy life.
I'm sure the air smells a lot sweeter while she's in jail.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Colin, you could stay around as long as you'd like. I'm gonna turn around and take some comments and questions from the audience. Finish reading the super chat. Do that for about 30 minutes or so. You're welcome to stay and participate. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna you'll have input on a lot of things people say, but I also don't want to keep you since you joined me in the middle of the day. So I'll leave it up to you. What would you like to do?
I'll hang out for a little bit. If it turns, most of the questions are going to be aimed towards you. So if it,
well, I think most of them are going to be aimed towards Lindsay, probably more towards Lindsay Daneski. So, let me read the super chats first, and then chat. If you'll get any questions or comments you have, like if you just want to say something about Lindsay, it doesn't have to be a question for me. Just tag me or tag Colin in the comment section, and we'll read them out. I'm going to run through these super chats while y'all do that, though. Yeah, I saw that one. That was a good one. All right, Jesse Ray, $2. We all going to chair just for being in the chat. That's right. Death penalty for everybody. There was 2,400 of you in here. That's a lot of death. That's going to be like the entirety of all the death penalties added up for the United States since they implemented the death penalty. We just surpassed that number.
What jurisdiction are we going to be executed under?
Admiralty, Maritime, or back on the land.
Just going to put us on a ship and just send us out to sea?
Yeah. Lauren Misha Sadai for $2. Lindsay Duneske. Yeah, exactly. Chrissy G, new member, 12 months. It's my birthday. Yes, I read that earlier. Let's see. Mike Bowers, $1.99, Washtenaw County. Get her in Simpson's court. No, but she is going before Judge Washington. And Judge Washington doesn't. And then guess what? She's going before Judge Washington because that's where she's been told that she can challenge jurisdiction. So that is going to happen, you guys. I just want you to know that is going to happen. All right.
May 29th. That's a while out.
Yeah, a month. A little more than a month. I'll have gone to Europe and come back by that time. We'll do it live. We'll do it live, guys. All right? We'll do that live. Tammy Reed, new member. Thank you very much, Tammy. And Baked Buddhist, $10. The most common words out of her mouth are, I don't understand. It's funny how she thinks playing stupid will get her out of stuff. If only stupidity were a crime. Yeah, we'd all be in jail, number one. But I do want to point out something because she is a law scholar. She knows everything that anyone could possibly know. That's why when Magistrate Braley was like, I can't give you any legal advice. In my head, I was thinking, what good would it do, Judge? You're talking to Lindsay Duneske here, okay? Like, do you realize the legal genius that's sitting in front of you right now? How could you ever give her any advice? But
Could you? Sorry.
I was going to say, there's also the fact that she asked if, instead of pleading not guilty, can she plead the other one, no contest?
No contest.
What?
How? Wait,
Are you
what?
trying to do that? What she meant to say was stand mute. She wants to stand mute, which that's what she's doing because the fucking magistrate is making the plea for her. So that's exactly what you're doing. You're standing mute, and the magistrate is putting in the not guilty plea on your behalf. That's what's happening. You are doing the other one. You're not doing the no contest because that's saying I was guilty without saying I was guilty. All right. So let me
I just
scroll
love
up.
it. I didn't do this. They don't. Like, I didn't do this. I was on private property. Can I please plead no contest? Like, that doesn't make sense. You just contradicted yourself in 1 second.
All right. So we're gonna start out with me. Says Team Skeptic, it's good to see you live again. It's great to be live again. I'll try to do more. I'm having a good time. I'll try to do more. It's just finding the time to work it in between videos that are being published. So, but tomorrow I'll have the Lindsay Daneski video, and I'll tie it with a couple of other ones I don't think anybody's seen yet. Legal Fiction, is that your real hair? No, I wear a poorly constructed wig. Actually, I don't even know how my hair looks. I'm going to tell you guys something. Remember I told you I thought I had until 11:30, and then I realized that it was 11. I was like, oh shit, let's go do my hair real quick. And I put some water in my hair, and it looked fucked. It was so fucking retarded looking. And I took a comb, and I was just like, we're going to make this work. I don't know if it still looks as bad as it did. Hold on, let me put myself on full screen real quick so I can see. It was so bad.
You gotta cut out the guy that has good looking hair, so yours looks less terrible.
It does. You can see it. Like, it's all like, oh. You know what was funny? Somebody was trying to troll me the other day, and they asked me if I put on beauty filters on my fucking videos. I was like, no, it's just me. I'm just a sexy motherfucker. All right, here we go. We'll read. That answer, you happy? You entertained, Legal Fiction? All right, let's keep going. We have, where are you going on your next adventure? I'm actually leaving in a few weeks. I'm going to head back up to Dublin to go to a birthday party of one of my friends. And then from there, I'm going to go to Prague to go hang out with some people that are close to me. And then from there, I'm going for my first time to Turkey. And I'm just going there to visit and see the place and, I don't know, have a good time. Haven't been to Turkey yet, so I'm going to Istanbul. All right.
I've heard good things about Turkey. That it's kind of like a hidden little spot that not a lot of tourists go to. So
I've heard
let me
some
know
really
how
good
you
things.
like it.
Yeah, I've heard some really good things too. They're about to go to war in fucking Syria right now, though. I'm like, God damn
Yeah,
it,
it might
right
not be
when
the
I'm
best
leaving.
time to go, but
I'm going. Fuck it. I go. I have a good time. All right. Cheapskate Panic. Team Skeptic. Does she have any cases with you right now? Lindsay Daneski has 0 cases right now because all of them were thrown out all at one time, and she was labeled as a vexatious litigant, so she can't file any cases right now. Carrie Vaticano says same thing. TS, how many cases does she have? 0. That was easy. Jail seems to have a calming effect on her. Maybe she should stay in green, says Ray Jesse Custer. Reverend Jesse Custer. This is a new, that she took a lawyer. Well, I take that back. She did go. After she took the lawyer, she was like, I'd prefer to represent myself. But she was very calm about it.
yeah, she was very low energy today. I don't think she's had lunch yet. Her sugar's probably low.
They haven't re-upped on super glue yet.
Yeah.
Broken Angel 7 says, Team Skeptic, I'm kind of surprised Chile hasn't shown up to her defense. Hey, Chile filed to drop the lawsuit against me. I don't know if that means that he's going to file another one against me separately from the one that he has tied with Blue Bacon and Kate. I hope not. I might have to run from the run from the government, the FBI, and Interpol, just so they don't serve me on a frivolous lawsuit. But yeah, like, I don't know. Hopefully he's just learned his lesson that it's stupid to sue somebody because somebody's called you a fucking mental midget. Somebody called you, in fact, the Shaquille O'Neal of mental midgets. That's an improper thing to sue somebody for. If I did something that physically harms you, like stole one of your minivans from Utah, if I did something like that, then I could see how you'd want to sue me. But I've never done anything like that. So I don't know why you would want to sue me, other than, as you, as a First Amendment auditor, should understand, I was using my First Amendment right. So I hope he's done with that mess. He really needs to stop suing Kate, because Kate's done nothing wrong other than express her First Amendment right as well. Pay your money to Blue Bacon, because I'm sure that you know you have sanctions to pay him. Go ahead and pay those sanctions before somebody has you labeled as a vexatious litigant, until has them say, well, he just files frivolous lawsuits and then throws them out, because that's what's going to happen. So pay your sanctions to Blue Bacon to show that all your stuff was in good faith and that you were just a good faith liar when you said that people actually harmed you. So that's what you could do, and that would be the smart move. But something tells me that this is probably all just a ploy. Like, this is just his move to position himself back into a place where he can sue me again. Hope she starts singing and dancing soon. No, you don't. Transmission 12. No, I've seen her sing and dance. You don't want either. All right, James Crockett, or like as they say in France, croquet. Wife and my favorite channel, team. That's what Team Skeptic equals. Thank you, James and Mrs. Croquet. I appreciate it. Viva la France. Ardo, Team Skeptic, could you give me your name, social security number, and bank details? Yeah, sure. I will never reveal them to anyone. Sure. 911. That's my social security number. You can also dial it on your phone. It pulls up all my information. All right, let's see. Oh, there's one. So last summer, please do another reading of that list he had to include. Oh, man. Okay. Yes, I'll do that for you. So last summer, person in the audience who helps me with everything that I do, will you copy and paste that out of my lawsuit, Chile's lawsuit against me, and send it to me over on Discord? Thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, so last summer, when that person does what they're supposed to do, then I'll read that list off for you. Kevin says, so Team Skeptic, my boy, what is Lindsay actually in court for today? This was for the new charge that she picked up, obstructing an officer.
No, this is an old one.
Or resisting?
This is a case from 2023.
What is this one?
This is an old warrant that's been out for her arrest since 2023.
Malicious destruction of property or what?
It was the battery on a well, there were.
Yeah, I thought that was the new one.
I think it was destruction of property. Yeah, but it was also something against the officers. She didn't say battery on a Leo. That would be a felony. But she did say something about the officers.
Okay.
So she did the officers, but yeah, I think it was destruction of property, which that's why she said I was on private property. Oh,
we may have to redact everything I said earlier about what's going on, guys.
Yeah, this was an old warrant. This is a 2-year-old warrant that 14B just found. Like, oh, she's in jail. Well, we're gonna arraign her on this.
Attempted assault and being a nuisance, disturbing the peace, malicious destruction of property, and attempted resisting an officer.
Yeah, they said the address. I really hope that wasn't our friend's house.
How about my bonding company and policy number, says Rob Dorr. I'm not an officer of the court. I'm not required to have one of those. All right, let's see. We also have Regina for $5 says, man, I wanted to see Lindsay and jail chic. I hear scrubs are in right now. Same thing with the restraints. Oh yeah, she's in there styling it up. Let's see. Hello, Team Skeptic and Megan from Rudy Chavez. What up, Rudy? Long time, bro. I will travel vicariously through you. Yeah, I really enjoy traveling. Traveling's fun for me. I get out there, I see the places. I respect the culture that I'm in so I can learn about it. I don't go in there saying, "Oh, look, me, big American. How are you going to impress me today with your noodles?" What is it? Where is this trial being held? In 14B, which is Judge Washington's district. What city is that? Do you know?
Yeah, that's Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. All right. Hello, Skeptic. Sending love from Russia. Love watching your videos. Well, thank you very much, Postscriptum. Appreciate it very much. All right. Dial 911 on your phone for Skeptic's bank details. Yep. That's how it works.
Just don't tell the people that answer that he told you to do it.
Oh yeah, don't tell them that. All right. So we have reached the end of the show today. I just wanted to Hey, what up, Peck? Good to see you. I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a bit, watch some Lindsay Duneske. It was pretty uneventful. I don't know that I'll actually add this one, like do a video on this tomorrow. I might actually just do a video on the people from Dane County and add a couple of more that you haven't seen yet. I'll add a couple of more of those as well. So last summer, hold on. Almost forgot to do this. Okay. So Chile, this is not me saying this right now. Don't sue me. This is me simply reading from a report or reading from something you did to me. Actually, I'm going to put it on full screen. Oh, man. I feel bad for him, man. He tried. He really did. He thought he was doing the right thing. I can respect somebody that thinks they're doing the right thing. No, I can't. Fuck him.
Yeah, I think it was all an act. I don't know if I've ever given you my opinion on it. I think he was just acting for clicks and views. I don't think that's actually how he feels.
Oh man, I don't know. Hey guys, let me ask. The chat knows. Like we had a long history with Mr. Dcastro, Mr. Dcastard. Let me ask you a question, chat, before I go on to read what I'm about to read, because it's funny. Every time I look at it, it's so funny.
I don't think I've heard this yet.
Oh, you're about to. This is what got me sued. I'm going to read off the title. It's List of YouTube videos authored by Team Skeptic about Jose Chile Dcastro. And it is at the very top of it, it says David Team Skeptic almost harassment is continuous.
Almost harassment.
No, my last name, Almost harassment is continuous.
I thought you were saying almost harassment.
No. All right. So I'm going to put this up so that everybody can see it full screen. Notice that I'm not. This Chile filed this. It's not even me. It's him. All right, here we go. Analysis. Besides colorful metaphors in the following videos, the following derogatory names were said directed at Chile. And I stand by every last one of these, by the way. Human crash test dummy. Chile to Karen. Idiot. Karen. Bona fide dumbass. Monkey. Grifter. Death. Destroyer of private masturbation. Crayon taste tester. Stupid. Crayon crunching Neander Karen. Jackass. ×2. The Shaquille O'Neal of mental midgets. I did call him a psycho chick. I do think he is. He's also a height-deprived Karen, a sovereign citizen, a really large chipmunk, a moron, a stupid piece of shit, and to end it all, a dumbass. What do you think, chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you think I was justified in using these colorful metaphors and derogatory names that were directed at Chile Dcastro. Guys, I gotta go on camera. Was I justified? Yes or no? It's real simple. 1 or 2. 1 in the chat if it's yes, 2 if it's no. I'll eat my crow if there's enough to. If there's more 2s than 1, I'll eat my crow. I shouldn't have said that because then people would put 2 instead of 1 just to watch me go. They'd be like, "No, you said you'd go kill a fucking bird and eat it right here. Go do it right now."
I love the killer of private masturbation.
Destroyer.
Destroyer. Which, all right. So, but
by
those aren't
David
even
Omoheimer.
near-
David Omoheimer. Wise words.
Omoheimer. Those aren't nearly as bad as what he calls police officers in his video.
No.
I mean,
No. Like what the fuck? Like these are. I mean, no, some of them. I said them all live.
some
though.
of them were good. Some
Yeah,
of them were good.
but I said them live, so it's like not like I'm writing an insult. It's off the top. I mean that shit when I do shit live, you know? Like, I mean it. This is what I feel. And he accused me of hurting his business by saying the things I said in a live stream. That's the case, then your business is built on a deck of fucking used condoms.
Yeah.
Edible ones.
If the First Amendment destroys your business, you didn't really have a
Yeah,
business.
you didn't have one to be. And speaking of business, he's got like a board game that's coming out. I follow Jim Finch, by the way.
That was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Is he not finished with that yet?
No, he came up with the idea while in deep meditation in jail in Las Vegas for a charge that ultimately ended up getting dismissed or brought back, overturned. So anyway, he said he was going to design a board game. He lives in delusion. He lives in a land of delusion. This is the truth. Because let's say he was a serious person. Let's say it wasn't Chile Decastrated. Let's say it was an actual like board game developer or even somebody trying to like truly and honestly enter into the board game sector. They wouldn't develop and come to market a board game within 6 months. There would be testing that would be done. There would be like true graphics done. Game pieces would be designed and you'd run through testing to make sure that your game pieces weren't choking hazards, or that you have 5 different game piece designs that you can choose from. You put them before a testing committee, a game testing committee, and they'll kick you back their ideas on which ones was the best and which ones wasn't. All 5 of them say, "Hey, this one's the best," and it was the 3rd one that you got, and the first one you got was the worst. Well, then you're only stuck with the worst one because you were trying to rush a game to market because you're a YouTuber that says things that you can't fucking do. So it's going to be an ultimate failure. Even if he gets a game that comes to market, it will be an ultimate failure because he's done no testing. He's never even worked in the video game industry. Like he's the type of person that starts 5,000 different projects. At some point in his game, it had a mat that you would have to put across the wall. So if you bought this as a family game, if I bought it as a family game and this was, let's say, my family room, I couldn't use this big ass wall because there's a TV on it. I'd have to figure somewhere else to use this huge wall so he can teach children his version of the Constitution. That's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. You should have. I don't know. I'm thinking like you should have invented a game where losing in life was the ultimate goal. That's how you win the game, is losing in life. Because then you could have used your entire life experience to develop your game, and you could have said, we can skip game testing. I've already done almost 50 years of testing on this right now, so we can go ahead and skip the game testing part. Like you could have done that. That would have worked. Then you could have put out the worst game pieces and said, shit, this is a fucking loser ass game. Look at these little game pieces in the shape of the Constitution. Like that's what he should have done. He should have made a game about being a loser in life. The halfway or the hallway, LOL. All right. A jump to conclusions, Matt.
You know a Matt that has conclusions that you can jump to.
And he's like, he brags about all the subscribers he has and all these people that he had on TikTok. He gets no views at all. When he goes live to a couple hundred people. We were just live. I don't do live streams, right? We did a live stream with Chuck the other night and this live stream. In the past year, I think I've done 3 total live streams. We had 2,400 people watching. It's because his audience, they don't believe in him. They watch his like dramatic shorts that he tries to run and they sub because of that. And then whenever they get to a live stream or a video where he speaks for more than 30 seconds at a time without playing a video, they're like, what? How the fuck did I end up watching this jackass? And they just never go back and watch. They don't unsub, but they don't never go back and watch either. He doesn't have an audience of people that support him. So I feel bad for him because, you know, like, I empathize with other humans. I mean, I don't feel like bad for him in his situation. I feel bad for him because he's like approaching 50 years old. He has no offsprings. He doesn't have offspring. He doesn't have a potential mate. You know, there's so many things that he doesn't have. He doesn't have a personality. He doesn't have a character. There's nothing going for this guy whatsoever. Hey, Chile, guess what? So what? Let's say you do make a board game. You still don't have any kids. You still don't have a fucking offspring. So what are you really doing in life? Like, he's missed it. He's missed everything because of his obsession with suing cops and suing me and suing Kate. He could have put like all that time, if he would have put that into going into singles clubs or singles bars or singles events in his local city. All that time he spent driving around the country, ensuring the people that he was trying to help go to prison for long periods of time. Like, instead of all that driving time you did, if you went and you spent it meeting people, you would have met a mate by now. You would have had a little shithead kid that fucking walks around and knows every amendment of the Constitution, calls cops pigs, all that shit. You'd have had that by now. But instead, you're going to die alone with lawsuits that are unfinished. So it is what it is. Now you know how I really fucking feel. Yeah, no retirement fund, no charisma. Like, everybody, take your turns. Take your TTU, right? TTU, baby. Take your turns putting your insults in the thing. You're not really insulting him if you want to know the truth. Don't say anything that's not true, all right? We'll leave it at that. Don't say anything that's not true. What's wrong? Why is Chile going to die single and alone? Tell me in the chat right now. We already saw a couple of them. No charisma. No retirement to count on. And he's getting to retirement age. All right, keep going. Kate always wins. Yeah. Mini Chile. He's short. Yep. All right, let's see. We're going to wait. We're going to read off some of these and then we're going to close it out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you into this. Now you're going to get sued by Chile. For sitting here.
I'm already on Chile's list for trolling him. Do you remember that? I went undercover as Chile's friend for about 6 months.
No, I don't remember that.
That's why I say it's all an act. I've got my own theories on everything, but
well, it is an act. It is an act. You know it's an act by the way he acted around Kate and around JL Warren. Shout out to Bridge the Divide. I'm about to tell a story, and for those of you that know who Chile is but don't know this part of the story, there is JL Warren. Bridge the Divide is in the chat right now. Okay, so the number one thing Chile tells you, what up, JL? The number one thing Chile tells all his people is, don't talk to cops. Don't ever talk to cops. They're not your friends. They're going to put you in a dungeon. They're going to make you wear torture cuffs. They're going to break all the bones in your wrists and hands and arms every time, even when you comply. He'll tell you that. Don't go to the cops. So the story starts first with Kate. There was a celebration for Veterans Day, of all things, not even fucking have anything to do with police, but veterans. And Chile had went to meet up with Josh Abrams in Boston. So Josh Abrams is a First Amendment auditor, okay? So he went to meet up with Josh Abrams. Josh Abrams trying to befriend Chile. Josh Abrams was with him for like a couple of hours and was like, yeah, fuck this guy. So then somehow or another, I think Josh had sent an invite to Kate to join him and Chile downtown at the Veterans Parade. Well, Chile was walking around telling all the kids, cops are going to rape you. Like literally saying those words, telling children, don't go to the cops. They'll rape you. And so when Kate got down there, Kate started fucking walking around saying, this is my retarded brother. Don't just ignore him. We brought him out.
That was a great video.
It was a great video.
She touched me. She touched me.
So what does Chile do? First thing Chile does when Kate gets down there is finds the nearest fucking cop and runs to him and says, please, this woman is violating my First Amendment rights. Please stop her. First thing he does is runs to the fucking cops. Then we go, of course, cops, and cops didn't do anything. And Chile fucking assaulted Kate. Kate was walking behind him. He turns around and pushes her like a man push, not like some like, hey, get back. Hey, watch yourself. Watch you're getting a little close. Nothing like that. He grabs her like this and full extension pushes her. So, and of course, Kate being Kate, she's not about to go run and bitch to the cops about some little fucking height deprived Karen pushing him.
Yeah.
I had to read my insult. Yeah, he wasn't wearing his fucking platforms that day, so he was a little small. So maybe he felt threatened by Kate standing over him the way she was and towering above him like that. Maybe that was the case. So a few months later,
Kate has a big voice. I mean, I'd be intimidated by her in person if she didn't like me. I'd be like, no, I'm getting away from you.
So a few months later, we move on to a new one of Chile's victims, Deborah, who's probably fucking still thirsting in a fucking Oklahoma City jail. Guys, we gotta help Deborah. They're thirsting her. That's what he said. He literally said, they're thirsting her. Like, what? They're thirsting. What do you mean they're thirsting her? So anyway,
Thirsty Deborah.
He goes
does not
up there.
mean what he thinks it means.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So anyway, he goes up to Deborah, and of course, Deborah, the drunk alcoholic who's been caught, I don't know how many times driving on tribal land, drunk off her ass, right?
Yeah, she was in jail for DUI, right? That's what it was?
On tribal land. So this is tribal courts. So Deborah is now saying the tribal courts don't have jurisdiction over her. And Chile's right along there. Yep, they don't. They don't have jurisdiction over Deborah. They're thirsting her in jail. He actually, through his advice, she ended up being locked up by taking his advice. This is why we stand up against these dumb fucks when they're pushing this. Oh, we know the law. We know everything. We have to be the ones that have a platform. We have to get up there and go, no, you don't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a fucking idiot. And if people do what you say, they're going to end up in jail for a long time. Deborah, finally, Deborah said, sorry, Chile, but I think I should take a lawyer, and took a lawyer. I don't know what happened to her after that. But Chile had her arrested, like through not like he didn't go to the cops and have her arrested, but he told her what to do. She did what he said. She got arrested for doing what he said. Now that story, what happens is they were doing some kind of demonstration in Oklahoma. Well, that's right around J.L. Warren. So J.L. Warren and a couple of his friends and Bridge the Divide, that's who I'm talking about in the chat. Make yourself known, Bridge the Divide, so people know that I'm talking about you. Bridge the Divide.
Best hugger on the internet.
For real. I've actually met him several times in person. He's been to my home. So
I've met him. Oh, he hasn't been to my home, but I've met him.
Yeah, he would never go to your home. You're not. No, you're nothing like
I don't know why.
You don't have
I mean, I'm in
subs.
Ohio. Who comes to Ohio?
You don't have enough subs. So anyway, Bridge the Divide goes and counter protests the protesters. So Chile and Deborah are protesting, fucking tribal rights, and Bridge the Divide goes to protest the protesters, the counter protest, and him being there, simply being there. First thing Chile does, runs to the fucking cops. Not even kidding. Went to the door, knocked on the door, waited for the cops to come service him, and said, he's stopping my First Amendment right to protest. Please go,
He's
please,
playing music
officer.
too loud.
Please, officer, go tell him to stop and get him to stop. He is such a fucking hypocrite. So to some extent, yeah, I do believe that there could be a possibility that all of this is just an act. I would hope it's not, because there are actually people who are following his advice. So if
I agree.
if it's not an act, then it's very malicious for it to not be an act. But at the same
The only
time,
reason-
I think he holds some internal contradictions regarding the police.
He does, and he's created a lot of hardship for a lot of people, especially with false information. The only reason I say that is the conversations we've had privately. He's not the same person that he is online, and it's just weird to have a conversation with him where he seems normal, and then 5 minutes later he's yelling on the internet. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad he fucking took the lawsuit down. I am like, I don't hold any additional hard feelings for that, but I also don't like that piece of shit at all. So it's hard for me to have feelings that are harder than the ones that I already have just by him breathing oxygen. So, like, I don't like the guy. I never will like the guy. He's a fucking bully. He'll bully anybody he thinks he can get away with bullying. This includes old janitors who are just doing their fucking job because he wants to live stream his fucking life to the internet. All of a sudden, the janitor's trying to chill his First Amendment right, and he goes attacking the janitor. Ever since that day, I just can't stand the motherfucker. So for me, like, whether he sued me or not, it doesn't make a difference. I can't stand that motherfucker. Never will I ever
I
be
agree
his
with that.
fucking friend or be nice to him.
I agree with that. I'm just, my point is just, this is why I stay out of it. So when people ask me questions about him, I'm like, not me. I'm staying out of this.
But like,
yeah, he's
I mean,
made some terrible decisions.
I'm glad that he's not suing me anymore. That makes me less vitriolic, I guess, towards him. But it still doesn't matter if I feel a certain way. I'm not going to hold back and I'm not going to think to myself and go, you know,
The destroyer of private
was
masturbation.
he was a psycho chick. Now he's not so much anymore. I mean, I'm not going to go as that far. It's like, oh, now that he dropped the lawsuit, I'll call him a psycho dude. You know, I'll call him. No, he's still a fucking psycho chick. Fucking level a stage 5 clinger in the worst way. Dude was so happy.
I thought he was gone. I didn't know he was still around. I thought
Yeah,
he was
he's
gone.
irrelevant. He's insignificant. Like, gone to the land of irrelevancy for that, where he'll eventually he'll get to like where it's DSP levels of begging. So he'll have a core of about 200 people that are perpetually poor so that he can fucking live his life. And that's what he'll do. He'll go in and he'll start talking about how his channel's not getting support anymore, how he's blacklisted on YouTube, which he probably is. He shows a lot of fucking cops shooting people. How the fuck did you think that wasn't going to get you blacklisted? I mean, it's just like he will eventually turn into a certified e-beggar if he stays doing this. At the same time, he's only 49 years old, I believe it is. He still has a chance to get out there and meet a woman who can still have babies that hasn't hit menopause yet. He can still go meet one. He can still go pay for one. Go buy one out. He can go to fucking Thailand, get one for cheap. Buy you a wife. Bring her back. Have fucking 10 kids. She's going to leave you. She's going to take your kids and leave you and charge you child support for the rest of your life. But you're fucking have no money. You have no way of paying child support. So you'll be all right. But yeah. Oh, is he 50? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to give him any I don't want to give him any credit. Yeah, 50, 51. What is that? Andy gets P-bombed, LOL. Yeah, so I'm not okay with that.
Oh, I remember hearing that.
I'm not okay with the porn bomb thing because it's happened to me when I first started on YouTube. It's kind of shit. Like, you don't know. There are people that have their kids watching So to do a porn bomb on a content creator that, even if he shouldn't be speaking to kids, you know, there may be children watching his content, especially live stream, when he live streams in vertical mode, especially, you know. And I think that if you porn bomb them, you run the risk of showing pornography to children, which is a crime, and you shouldn't do that. So that's why I'm against porn bombing.
I'm against anything that intentional acts to bring down someone's channel. I mean, we might not like Chile. Everyone has their own opinions on Chile, but why intentionally do something to take his channel down?
If it was consequence free and I knew everybody in the audience was an adult, then having a caller, for instance, flash some porn as a joke would be like, I could see that, okay, dude, turn it off. It's funny, whatever, turn it off. And then get rid of them, go to the next caller, whatever. But when it brings down a person's ability to make income, that to me is just beyond. We should be able, if Chile is wrong, if Chile's wrong, then we should be able to prove that he's wrong without porn bombing him. Like, that's how easy it is. And that's I'll always live by those more, that type of morality, is that if he's wrong, then I can prove that he's wrong. I can show that he's wrong. If I have to resort to porn bombing him to get him off the internet, then that's an issue. That means that I don't want his idea to spread, and I don't think that it's an idea that can be countered. So, all right, we got Twin D for $5, just showing support. I was wondering what happened to that Chile dude. Like I said, he fell off the edge of the flat earth. And thank you for the support, $5. I appreciate it. All right, but hey, I think it is time that we wrap this up.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. You stole me for 3 hours today.
Wish casting much? What did I wish cast for? I probably was 1, 2, 3, but I don't know. Yeah, what will the Department of Defense think of next porn bombing? Gotta shut him up some way, guys. Let's not DDoS attack him. Let's porn bomb him. All right, guys, I really do appreciate it. Here, let me turn you over to Colin so he can say his proper goodbye, and then I'll say mine, and I'll double check my super chats in the meantime.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun. Skeptic, thanks for having me on. Again, thank you to your mods that kept dropping my links. I looked about a half hour ago, and I gained over 100 subs just for being on your channel. So thank you, Skeptic, for the opportunity, and I appreciate it.
Awesome. You're welcome. Anytime. And also, I think I missed this one, Broken Angle, for $2. Chili, just being chili, is an insult itself. Abso-fucking-lutely. Chili being chili is an insult itself. All right. Well, Colin, thank you very much for coming on today. I do appreciate it. And my lips are getting dry, so I know I've been on for too long. I do want to say I appreciate everybody being here and supporting the way you've supported and the way you have, you know, whether it be just having fun in the chat or showing up to watch a video. Stand up against these stupid AI channels, man. Really, stand up against them. It takes, like, let me tell you, when you watch an AI channel and you're like, oh, this is great, well, then it's just going to recommend another one to you. And it's going to take views away from a content creator that deserves it, like Colin, okay? Like myself. I mean, I don't mind so much. I get enough views per day that I'm missing a few is not a big deal. But it is taking away from content creators that actually put hard work into their craft. Colin being one of them, Old Squishy Gardener being another one, Mike being another one. All of us, we all put in, we at least put effort into our content. The effort they're putting in is to put in no effort. So stand up against that AI slop content. Leave a comment when you see one, AI slop content. Then hit back on your browser so it goes back to the YouTube homepage you clicked on it from. Then right click and say, don't recommend me this channel. The 3 buttons at the bottom, you can click that. It drops down and says, don't recommend this channel to me. And teach, man, don't let these AIs, I hate it when it's used like this. I understand AI needs to be used, and I support the use of AI. But to create entire videos so you can turn YouTube into just tube, completely removing the U part, that right there, I'm going to stand against that. That's going to become a stance for me, to stand up against AI slop content. So when you see me out there, if you see me leaving the comment, AI slop content, give my comment the thumbs up so it shoots up the ladder. Leave a comment also that says AI slop content. So that way, when the algorithm's looking at the video and looking at the comment section to determine what's going on, they know, oh, this is AI slop content. And these people don't like that. There you go. Love you guys. That's my rant for today. I'm going to rant about it every fucking day. All right, Colin. I'll talk to you later. Chat, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Stand up against AI slop content. I'm Team Skeptic. Ah, man, I forgot to lean my chair back.
And I'm out.
I forgot to. I thought this was going to be a no-fail outro. And then I realized, I forgot to lean my chair back. I want y'all to know something. Many of y'all may not have ever noticed. Go watch every video I've ever shot. My chair is up through the entire video. And in that very last scene where I'm like, all right, guys, I'll do it right here. All right, so if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out. And now I got to do that. Stop the stream. Stop the stream. Stop the stream. The wrong button. Later.